Now you found yourself a nigga. You looking for a nigga? Nigga here now, see?
My mind is so spectacular. Open up your aperture. You don't like the light that I be shining, bitch. You Dracula. Southern draw vernacular. Flip you like a spatula. Knew that I was built to put this world up on my scapula. I've been on this road so long, my tires bald. I don't wanna text and no, I don't wanna call. Came in this shit running, bitch, I don't know how to crawl. We ain't never folding, I'm holding the highest card. Look, okay, grew up running post routes. Now I'm on the cash route. Better call the plumber, that boy spitting like a bass spout. All these bad women in this club, fuck is you mad about? Word to all my estheticians, boy, I'm about to lash out. Straight from St. John's to the east side. Jigging since the knee high. Watch the way I put on for my state, nigga, yeehaw. Respecting no Aretha. Crazy how I made it to the league from the bleach eyes. Boy, my shit hair wrong. Black, rich, and bare arms. Smoking on that yogi, this shit stronger than some bare arms. Goku, I'm in rare form. You cannot prepare for him. When I swing, it's like a carnivore. This shit ain't fair for him. Brought intellect back to this rap shit. You niggas need chapstick. Shit been dry for way too long, and I'm the matchstick. You niggas Nickelodeon me. I'm more like Cap Nick. Cap a nigga, throw him in front of me. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said it, I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. About to blow like we just lit the fuse. We double dutch into this dough, I get this shit in twos. Push the button, get it started, put that shit in cruise. A little dust up on his heart, I barely get to you. A fool flatters himself, a wise man flatters a fool. Man, I just came to get it started like mechanics with tools. Cause in my hood, if you don't pack a tool, you planning to lose. These young boys deserve Oscars, they be acting a fool. A couple loose screws, but they hammer accurate. Ooh, I know some niggas stuck on drugs and manufacture it too. School of hard knocks, we all got our bachelor's food. No cap and gowns, but we all had the master. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said it, I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh rack, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Say she don't smoke, but she always smoke with me, yeah. Back with Finny, yeah, back up in the ovaries, yeah. All my ops, they stay running like they over easy. Even my masseuses can't just get too close to me, yeah. Shout out to Next. Soon as the ink dry, we count out the checks, yeah. I never flex. I bought up a business, you bought up a section. I'm at the top of my class, yeah. Y'all never learned from your lesson. Skywalker gave me the force, yeah. Turn this into an obsession, yeah. I couldn't wait on the team, cooking shit up with just me rolling play, yeah. Things never are what they seem, but we know the facts, yeah. Charging that shit to the game, but now I pull up with a battery pack, yeah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and we can just leave it at that. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh rack, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Big bro, why they call you big bro? Every time we hit the bank, we deposit zip codes. Well connected with the streets like we out in Skid Row.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos, hit that like button. Y'all come in here, hit the share, subscribe as well. Hit that Cash App, $, Slicker 1991 Sun, $, Slicker 1991 Sun is our Cash App, as well as go to our Super Stickers and Super Comments that are available. You guys can donate that way as well by, also looking at, our comments, looking at, basically donating to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast in our chat box as well. And continue to support us at all social media platforms. And last but not least, I'm on Playback TV. Playback TV is a site. is an app that I'm currently calling all Clipper away games, which I'll be also calling tomorrow between the Clippers and the Chicago Bulls. And it's an opportunity for y'all to see how your boy does play-by-play, how he basically breaks down the game as the game is going on live. So if you guys want to get that access, man, make sure you guys go into my community post and y'all can donate, or y'all can become a member free of charge. Of course, you guys can watch the games with me as I stream them live on the video, and I'm able to call the games play-by-play. But let's get it popping. All right, so we back at it, man. We got 12 people. Let's get over 12 likes up in here, man. Let's get the people in here and talk about what happened last night. People that are in the comment section, let me know that y'all are in here. My man Robert, what's good? Rob, he said, yes, sir, salute. What's good? What's good? Tish, what's good? How you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you in the building as well. Anybody else that's in the chat box, make sure y'all let me know that y'all in here. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Gotta have that H2O. Salute to my man Andre. What's good, Andre? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Let's get going. Let's get popping right now. Anybody else that's in the comment section, y'all just have to, hear me out throughout the rest of the duration of the show. But this beautiful Tuesday morning, I hope everybody's enjoying this. I'm on the West Coast, people on the East Coast and the Midwest. Good afternoon and all that good stuff. But we are still in the early stages of the day here on the West Coast. So we're gonna get right into LA Clipper talk, man. The Clippers lose last night. Third straight loss on the road, losing to the Bucks, the Pacers, and then of course last night to the Pistons. I did a small video yesterday. I did not do an actual live, so I apologize for that. But yesterday, I had a lot to do. I had stuff going on, so I made sure to, at least get y'all, caught up to what I felt my thoughts were. If y'all did not see that video, make sure y'all go check that out. But let's talk about what happened last night between the Clippers and the Pistons, as the Clippers fell in defeat, 106-97 on the road to the Detroit Pistons. Very, very, exciting game. Very, very, high impact. Not a lot of scoring, but defensively, I thought the Clippers did a good job. As I said before the show, or before the game yesterday, the Clippers are going to have to find a way to win off of defense, because offensively, we just would not have enough firepower. With, of course, the absence of Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell, we did not have enough firepower to compete, but or to match their offense. Now, let me go ahead and say something real quick. Just make sure y'all understand, when I do the live shows, I'm making sure to put as much insight as possible to the audience, break things down. So today I'm gonna actually break down some more things. I think people are gonna be surprised what I say, but that's part of the pull-up. You guys never know what I'm gonna say, what's gonna happen. So that's why you guys sit back and y'all enjoy the show, right? Let's get these likes up as well. What's good, Bruce? How you doing? Bruce Banner, he said, BJ, what's good? How you doing? Salute, y'all. Let's get into what happened. Let's get into the things that we always do first. Of course, we get into the numbers, statistics, team stats. Let's go into it right now. The Clippers and the Pistons, team stats side by side. You got the Clippers shooting 40% for the field, 45% for the Pistons. Clippers shoot 26% from the three, 31% for the Pistons, and then for the line, 63% for the Clippers, 69% for the Pistons. So both teams, they actually shot average and below the entire game. Like I said, offensively, both teams are pretty stagnant. Now, of course, Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell, your two best scorers, the offense would look a lot better, or supposed to be at least. But the Pistons, like I said, they're not going to be a team that we're going to, try to outscore, going to try to, play defense. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. I saw a lot of good things defensively yesterday, from a lot of the players, especially I'm going to give a shout out to the best defensive player on the floor for a second time in a row as the show continues. But nonetheless, both teams shot pretty, average to below from all three facets, from the field, from the three, and from the free throw line. Let's go into the next stat right here. The rebounds, 48-46 goes to the Clippers. Assists, 24-22 goes to the Clippers. Steals goes to the Clippers, 12-11. Like I said, that defense was, pretty locked in. Blocks goes to the Pistons, 3-7. Total turnover, 16-17. Both teams had, a little bit too high turnovers, which actually went to the Pistons in that category, but not by much. Fast break points, we're going to talk about this as well. 14-27. right? 14 to 27 fast break points went to the Pistons. Points in the paint, 48 to 48 was even. Fouls, 24 to 18 goes to the Pistons. They had less fouls, and the largest lead was their 12 to the R5. So, you know, the Pistons never really pulled away too badly. I think the most, like you said, they led by was 12 points. So, like I said, it was a very, very, grind out game by both teams. I thought, just the Pistons just hit some more timely shots than this, right? Tisha, what's the update on Norm? We gonna find out about that. Right now, like he has the left knee patellar tendinopathy, which we're gonna talk about that actually on this show as well. And Gabe Moore was good. BJ, how you doing? So that's the team stats right there. And we're gonna talk about the player stats right here in a minute. But let me go and pull something up about some of the other things that's going on because. I'm gonna wait off of that. I'm just gonna go right into the player stats. So let's go into the player stats real quick. Let's talk about what happened with the player stats real quick. Box score. So the Pistons coming in 32 and 26. We're 31 and 26. It's amazing. The Pistons were just like a team that lost, like I think 28 something games in a row last year. Now look at them. They're a competitive team in the Eastern Conference, the 7th seed. They have an opportunity to make it to the playoffs without having to deal with the play-in. So the Pistons are definitely doing, some good things over there. Building off of that culture with JB Bickerstaff as their head coach. So, got to give a shout out to the Pistons. But let's get into the team stats or the player stats. So starters for the Clippers last night was the Nicholas Batum, Ivica Zubac, James Harden, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Chris Dunn. And then you got guys off the bench like Drew Eubanks, Derrick Jones Jr., Patty Mills, Amir Coffey. And then you had Kobe Brown get some burn. But other than that, nobody else got in the game. Or Kobe Brown didn't even play. They subbed him in and they subbed him right back out. 20 seconds, I think he was in there for. And then you got players like Marjon Beauchamp did not play, did not get minutes. And then you had Kawhi and Norman Powell both out, of course, with injury. So the statistics for the starters, you had 13 points for Ivica Zubac, 13 and 15, 15 rebounds. You had 18 points and 12 rebounds for James Harden with the 5 assists and 7 turnovers, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Bogdan Bogdanovic had 13 points, 6 for 19 from the field, 1 for 12 from the 3. Very, very inefficient shooting night for Bogdan Bogdanovic after having, a pretty good shooting night against the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. He had a very, very poor shooting night against the Detroit Pistons. And then Chris Dunn last night, 6 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, 5 steals, 13 points. We're going to talk about Chris Dunn here in a minute. And then off the bench, you had Derrick Jones Jr., who led them with 15 points, and you had 23 minutes from him. And you guys like, Patty Mills, who had 6 points in 10 minutes, hitting 2 threes in the second quarter. And then Amir Coffey, 29 minutes, 10 points, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. And then that pretty much took care of the Clippers. Let's go to the Pistons side. You had a little bit different, outcome with them. Tobias Harris is on the court. Ausar Thompson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Duren, and Cade Cunningham was their starting 5. Off the bench, you had Ronald Hall II, Isaiah Stewart, Dennis Schroeder, who was acquired for them from the Golden State Warriors, mid-season at the trade deadline, followed by Malik Beasley as well with 24 minutes. So Tobias Harris, 20 points. What's this? 20 points, former Clipper. You had Ausar Thompson, 10 points in 27 minutes, 5 for 7 from the field. Tim Hardaway Jr., 6 points, 2 for 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. He definitely did struggle shooting the basketball. Jalen Duren, 12 points, 4 for 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line, 19 rebounds for the big fella who led both teams in rebounding that department. And then you had Cade Cunningham, who is a borderline all-star, 32 points, did not shoot very well from the field, but did get to the free throw line. 10 for 12, had 7 assists with 7 turnovers as well. So let's go into some things right now. What I saw. First, let's get into what's going on with the injury update because I want to, talk to y'all a little bit about that because there was let me just go and pull something up real quick. Let y'all see what's been going on. Because I want to make sure I put this all on Front Street. Let's see. Where is this at? Where is this at? My fault, y'all. My fault. Let me go ahead and bring this up to speed. All right. So I had to bring up the quote real quick. So let me go ahead and share this screen real quick. Take this off. Let me take this off real quick for y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing, what I'm going on, what's going on. So Tish asked about what's the update on Norman Powell and Kawhi Leonard. So according to our fellow beat writer, LA Clippers beat writer Law Murray, quote from Tyronn Lue's update on Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell, they're getting better. Still a day-to-day situation, just going to be out tonight. Okay. Salute to the people that's coming in. Tish asked the question, what's the update on Norman Powell? We're going to talk about it. FD2 Roney says, salute BJ in chat. What's good? How you doing? What's good? Sports Mark, what's good? Salute to you. Salute. Illuminati 777 said the Pistons beat us SMH. Yes, they did. 1 for 12 for the 3. SMH T-Man can do that. Okay. All right, 26 people. Let's get all these likes in here. So let's go to the source right here. The man, who's the beat writer for the Clippers, our good friend Law Murray, spoke to Ty Lue pregame yesterday. Ty Lue's update on Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell. They're getting better. Still day-to-day situation. They're just going to be out for tonight. Now, Kawhi Leonard has missed the last 2 games. Norman Powell has missed the last 3 games. Ever since the game against the Utah Jazz where he showed out, he was ruled out for left knee patellar tendinopathy. Now, when I did this show yesterday, I did like my little short video yesterday. I spoke very briefly about Norman Powell's update, what's going on with his knee. Now, of course, Norman Powell has been one of our better, players this year. Arguably, to me personally, our best player outside of Kawhi. Just off of his presence and what he's been able to do for us, and the resistance he's been able to do, and y'all seeing the effect when he's not on the court. What happened. So I want to pull something up real quick. Norman Powell, his productivity and what he's been doing for the team and things of that nature, because I think it's becoming a little bit, it's becoming more and more like, I think, kind of put into the back. But as you continuously see the games and watching, when certain guys are off the floor, y'all see the impact of certain players. So let me go and pull up something real quick. Let's go pull up what Norman Powell's production has been this season so far and what we're missing when he's not playing on the basketball court. So let me go and do something real quick. Pull something up. All right. So right now, this is what Norman Powell has been producing. 24 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 2.2 assists off of 49% field goal shooting. All right. Like I said, Norman Powell has been out for the last 3 games. We have lost the last 7 games with Norman Powell not playing. And I'm going to go and, pull out the more detailed description of that. But we have not won a game the last 7 tries with Norman Powell on the floor. He leads our team in scoring. He's also one of our best shooters and scorers as far as percentage-wise. His productivity is definitely was definitely missed yesterday and against the Indiana Pacers, where we could not we cannot contribute baskets and buckets, right? So he's not only our best field goal shooter, he's our best 3-point shooter as well. I think he's shooting, what is this? He is shooting 42% from the 3-point line, 81% from the free throw. So he's shooting close to 50, 40, 90, or 50, 40 as far as for the field goal and the 3-point. He's still shooting a little bit low as his free throw percentage at 81%. But he's doing what he's supposed to be doing as an offensive scorer at the shooting guard position. He's doing as well as anybody in the league, right? As I told y'all before, I wrote a short little article about this, that Norman Powell deserved to be an all-star because outside of SGA, he's a better field goal shooter, 3-point shooter, and the points he's been able to accumulate have been as good as anybody in the league. Anybody in the league in the shooting guard position. That includes Devin Booker, that includes Anthony Edwards, that includes De'Aaron Fox, that includes who else am I looking at? Ja Morant, Steph Curry, any guards or / combo guards. Norman Powell has been either as good as them scoring the basketball, better field goal percentage, or the Clippers have been a better team, right? They're better than Golden State. They've been better than Minnesota for the majority of this season, right? Even Dallas, he has a better, scoring average and field goal percentage combination with the team record than Kyrie Irving, right? So I'm not saying he's better than these guys, especially career-wise, but as far as this season, what he's been asked to do and what he's been asked to carry outside of SGA, if you combine those three factors, his individual performances, scoring the ball, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and the Clippers record, who's been hovering around top 6 over the last few weeks, he pretty much is deserving of an all-star break. Now, that's water under the bridge, but I just want y'all to see what you're missing when he's not on the court, right? Let me pull something else out real quick, because Tish asked me the question, how long is he going to be out? What's the update on Norm? Well, we got a lot to, talk about before I even bring that up. So the Clippers record without Norman Powell right now is 4-8. When Norman Powell is not playing this season, they are 4-8, and that includes when Kawhi Leonard's on the court as well. See, this is what we have to put in very, very full context. We got to look at the team that they beat, the team that they lost to, who was playing on the court, and the certain parts of the season. The Clippers are 4-8 without Norman Powell this season. That's 12 games he done missed, right? They lost the last 7 games, as y'all can see, against Minnesota twice, back-to-back, Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee, Indiana, and Detroit. They've lost every single game the last 7 games. It's been very alarming how much impact Norman Powell has when he does not play. Back-to-back games, right? Against Minnesota, they lose those 2 games, right? Against Boston, now that pretty much everybody was pretty much out for that game. James Harden, Kawhi. That was that game against Boston where the pretty much the starters were out and they still competed, taking that game to overtime. As y'all come to hit that like button. So I won't even put too much emphasis on that loss because, everybody was out. But they still gave the Celtics a fight to the end. They competed, right? In Toronto, they lost that game 108-115. Kawhi Leonard played that game. Kawhi and James Harden, they got beat. In Milwaukee just recently, they lost that game. Kawhi Leonard and Kawhi Leonard and James Harden played that game, right? Indiana, they just lost that game a few days ago, and they lost to Detroit. As y'all come in, make sure y'all smash that like button. Now, earlier in the season, we seen the Clippers were rolling, and they were competing without Kawhi on the court, right? Beating Orlando, beating Sacramento, beating Philadelphia, beating Washington. Now, 2 of these 4 wins, in my personal opinion, were just against bad teams who were, hobbled or whatever. But they still were able to pull those games out. But since then, they have not won a game. When teams are starting to settle in and starting to, actually play them a little bit more and understand their sets and understand how they play. Now teams can coach against what the game plan is. See, before at the beginning of the season, teams didn't know what to expect from the Clippers. So now they've had the luxury to play them a couple times and actually know how they play and key in on them and things of that nature. But what I'm highlighting is that when you miss out of 24 points per game for a guy like Norman Powell, also his field goal percentage shooting, his degree of attacking the basket, creating rim pressure, his timely baskets in the clutch. That's why you guys watch. We're not even closing games out because we're missing one of probably our best closer right now. Of course, Kawhi will be our best closer if he's healthy fully. But right now, this is the guy that hits the timely shots. This is the guy that keeps us in the game. It's the guy that, scores the basketball when it needs to be scored. That's what he has done. Now, as far as how long he's going to be out for, there's still no physical update, but he is dealing with left knee patellar tendinopathy, which he has dealt with in the past. A few years back, he missed a few games, but we don't know. All Ty Lue has said that this is a day-to-day situation. Now, the Clippers right now, the 6th seed, a half a game over Minnesota. Minnesota just beat OKC last night in OKC. So that was a good win for them. But But that's really takes care of that. So we don't know how long Norman's out. We don't know how long Kawhi is out. And this is the thing about Kawhi that I'm starting to question. So they're ruling Kawhi Leonard out. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. I'll pull something up. Let me see. I'm gonna pull something up real quick because this needs to be talked about as well. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to our friendly source, Twitter, and I want to bring something up to y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our good friend Kelly Johnson. Shout out to Mrs. Kelly Johnson, who covers the Clippers as well as a friend of the show. We're gonna go off to this injury report that she reported just right before the game, a day before the game. She says Cam Christie, Terrence Flowers, Kai Jones. Obviously, all three of those guys are on assignment with the G League, San Diego Clippers, so they don't really count. As well as Jordan Miller's on a two-way as well. They got 4 guys on a two-way playing with the San Diego Clippers and the LA Clippers. In my personal opinion, Jordan Miller just should be there for the entire season. Or Cam Christie as well, and Kai Jones, because at the end of the day, they're not going to play. So you just might as well just go play over, with the San Diego Clippers. But as far as the 3 guys that were out yesterday was Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, and Ben Simmons. Now, Ben Simmons, I understand his situation. They're saying left knee injury management. Even though Ben Simmons said before the season started that he was okay, he was fine to play, yada, 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 the Clippers medical staff are basically being very, very cautious over even him. I don't know why. When did his knee start getting? When did his knee need management? I don't know when his knee needed any management. I thought it was his back. I thought his back was what was bothering him. So is it his back or is his knee? I don't know what's the deal with that, but that's a little bit fishy. I don't know when Ben Simmons' knee needed management. So that right there, see, stuff like that makes me question and wonder a few things. I don't know about everybody else that knows. When was his knee starting to bother him? I don't know. I don't understand that. When did he need any management? Did he come down hard on a play where he, his knee buckled or something? I always thought it was just his back. So that's a little fishy right there. I don't know what that was about, but they say he has knee injury management. See, people, they read the injury report and they don't really take a second look and see, like, what did he hurt his knee, right? When did Norman Powell, hurt his knee? So I don't know. I think Norman Powell is legit because, just based off of how he's been playing and him having knee injuries in the past, I definitely think that's legit. Ben Simmons, I don't know what that's about. Knee injury management, that don't make sense to me. But Kawhi's left foot soreness. Now, Kawhi's last game against Milwaukee Bucks, he had a play where he actually, I think on a play, he was kind of limping a little bit after a fast break layup play. And people thought it was his knee, but in reality it was his foot. Let me tell you something. When I look at that play and saw how he came down, I would not be surprised that, because he's saying day to day. I'm sorry. Every time I hear that word day to day from the Clippers, it just gives me bad memories of the past when I talk about Kawhi Leonard, because day to day can become week to week, to become month to month, to become he's out. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case right now. I'm not saying that that's the case. But left foot soreness basically comes down to you just, in your personal opinion, I think being cautious. The Clippers are, like I said, the 6th seed. He probably did feel a little bit discomfort on that foot, right? So they probably said, okay, take a game or 2 off. But at this point, I don't think the Clippers are in position to start taking games out. Kawhi's played 16 games this season. Yeah, he's played 16 games. He's played 16 games this season. I want to talk about Kawhi's impact as well. Let me see. Let me pull something up for y'all. As y'all come here, make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button as y'all come in here. All right. So, let me see some. I'm trying to find out where that record. Okay. All right. So with Kawhi Leonard, their record this season is 10-6. They have a 10-6 record with Kawhi Leonard this season. So, you know, not bad, but not like excellent. It's like average. It's good. Now, taking account what's happening. You're talking about a player. You got to take everything in context. He comes back. He obviously works some way back to himself, right? He has to, get acclimated with the speed of the game and all that stuff going on. But one thing Kawhi Leonard did not miss coming in back to it was defense. He's always been defensively responsible, active, and aware. See, people look at stats, and I'm gonna go into that in a minute about these stats. Stats, in my personal opinion, people take it a little bit too far and far-fetched because a lot of people choose not to watch the games or cannot watch the games because of their personal lives. They don't have time to do it. But I urge a lot of people to actually watch games and not just look at statistics, because statistics, anybody can read off a box score. I was looking at, Twitter earlier, and somebody was talking about prize picks and, this person, messed up my parlay and all that stuff. I mean, people don't even take time to watch the games. I mean, why would you? I mean, there's no point of really watching the games if you're not really, invested into it. It's not your team. But if you have a team and you really cheer for and root for, watch the games and not just look at the stats after the game. Or if you're going to do that, at least take time to watch the game, after you look at the box score to see what happened. When you look at Kawhi Leonard's impact right away against the Hawks, the Clippers blew them out by almost, 20? They beat them over by 20 points. They lose to Minnesota, obviously by 2. They cannot seem to beat them. But then they beat Miami by a little over 10 points. They beat Brooklyn. They beat the Lakers. They beat Washington. And they beat Milwaukee. So they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 games, they won 6 out of the first 7 games. Right? They were starting to roll. I think they were a 5th seed at this time. But his presence, being there and being able to play, really put an impact on them. Right? Then they lose to the Phoenix Suns. They lose by 2 points. Kawhi Leonard was looking very, very good. He looked very good against the Milwaukee Bucks where he guarded Giannis in that fourth quarter. Then they go on the road against the Spurs and Charlotte. Right? They won both of those games, even though the Charlotte game was, a bad, I think a team effort by them. They basically didn't handle them early enough in the game. Kawhi's impact was very, very heavily felt ever since basically that game against Brooklyn, where he had a very, very good scoring game. But after that Charlotte game, y'all see the impact kind of went down. They losing to Toronto. They lost to the Lakers. They lost to Indiana. They beat Utah by 20 points. But obviously that's the worst team in the league. And then they beat Memphis by a little over 14. And then they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. And since then, Kawhi Leonard has not played since then. So, again, I don't know what the situation is with Kawhi Leonard's foot, but I don't like that word when they keep saying day to day. I mean, what is that? What are you trying to say? Like, I just don't like that word. I have not trusted the Clippers medical staff in 4 years, and I won't trust them at this point right now. Where we're at right now in the standings, Minnesota is right behind us. Dallas is right behind us in the 7th, 8th spot. The Suns are going to try to make a push, even though I don't think the Suns are, probably not going to make the playoffs. But it's definitely starting to make an impact. Let me go on some of these comments in a minute, but I gotta give a shout out to a player yesterday who I basically didn't have a lot of great things to say. I thought he was pretty. I think he was pretty much put as overrated, and I think a lot of people put a lot of stock and value into him. For a player that got signed off of a buyout, who came from a team that was one of the worst team in the league, former G League player, just recently. So I gotta give credit to Chris Dunn yesterday. The last two games against Milwaukee and Detroit on this road trip. Defensively, he did another good job on Cade Cunningham, who had 7 turnovers yesterday. Cade Cunningham had a very inefficient game yesterday. 32 points, 9 for 22 from the field with 7 turnovers. See, if you watch the game, people, if they look at that box score, they say, okay, Cade Cunningham had a good game. No, Cade Cunningham had a lot of opportunities to score the basketball. See, when you have a team that's centered around you, a lot of things are hidden from your defaults. If you watch the majority of that game, Chris Dunn was pretty much hounding Cade Cunningham to the point where he's uncomfortable with the basketball. And Cade Cunningham has been doing a good job looking to score the basketball as of late. Chris Dunn pretty much shut him down yesterday. Pretty much shut him down. So I got to give Chris Dunn credit. Playing great defense against Damian Lillard, who's an all-star caliber player, and Cade Cunningham, who's right below an all-star caliber player. Those are 2 players I could say that Chris Dunn has pretty much close, dare I say, shut down. Now, does that mean he's a better defender than Westbrook? I'm saying that? No, I'm not. What I am saying is I got to give him more respect, that he does do a good job of slipping screens. He does a good job of being active on defense. He does a good job of getting up in his defender. He does a good job of, being in the right position. Like, I can just already feel when Cade Cunningham was being guarded by him yesterday, he was very, very, defensively active on him. Cade Cunningham was pretty much, in my personal opinion, he was uncomfortable. I'm gonna put it like that. You have 7 turnovers in a game. You're not having a great game. You're not protecting the ball. You're just having a high usage rate, which, by the way, brings me to the guy who I want to talk about today that I think a lot of people need to start being honest about, because this is becoming a constant issue and a constant problem where we can't keep saying it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because that situation ain't where it's supposed to be. We got to start being honest about what's been happening with this whole situation and what type of offense are we running and who's in charge of the offense. Because, see, I think people just let things just slip away, don't even talk about it. But at the end of the day, we got to actually call a spade and speak about what's really going on. And that brings me to Mr. James Harden. As y'all come to hit that like button. Let me see something real quick. Hold on, y'all, one quick. All right. So, my bad. I was looking at a message, y'all. James Harden yesterday had 7 turnovers. 7 turnovers. and 5 assists. See, let me tell y'all something about basketball. For a player who plays that much, who has that high of a usage rate, who has that many opportunities, who's quote unquote a good playmaker, to have more turnovers than they do assists in a basketball game, and has done it multiple games this season, is a problem. And watching the game, seeing how uncomfortable he was. I'm not even talking about the 5 for 22 from the field. I've come to grips that James Harden's going to have bad shooting nights. It is what it is. He don't have the same burst of speed. He's playing a lot of minutes. He played 39 minutes again yesterday, which Ty Lue came out post-game and said that he made a mistake. He takes full responsibility, which I'm going to talk about Ty Lue in a minute as well, because I feel like he's part of the issue as well with this. But this guy, James Harden, is playing 39 minutes in a single basketball game after coming off a back-to-back playing 35 minutes yesterday, playing 39 minutes against the Milwaukee Bucks, playing 49 minutes against the Utah Jazz, playing 35 minutes against the Memphis Grizzlies, 38. All these games he's playing being played over minutes. Now, once again, I want to show y'all something real quick. Again, I want y'all to pay attention. 7 turnovers that James Harden had yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some actual film so y'all can see what I'm talking about what's going on and why I feel like this is becoming more and more of a problem as time goes on. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to bring it up. Nobody wants to highlight it. But when it was Russell Westbrook last year, he got destroyed for stuff that wasn't even his fault. Because he makes a turnover or he misses a layup, the whole world starts to, lose their mind. But I don't remember Westbrook turn the ball over that many times in the game. I don't remember him turn over 7 times. I don't remember him turn over 9 times. I don't remember him turning over I don't remember him having them type of numbers. Hold on, let me go right back to what I was just showing y'all. This column right here, T.O. 7 turnovers, 5 turnovers, 5 turnovers. He averaging 4.1 turnovers in the month of February right here. 4.1 turnovers. 4.1 turnovers. 4.3 turnovers. 5.5 turnovers. 3.8 turnovers back in, November. And then 6.2 turnovers to start the season off. Now, the whole itch was, okay, who is he going to pass the ball to? Kawhi Leonard on the court. Well, Kawhi's been on the court for the last 16 games. Our offense is still at number 22. Our defense rose up to top 5 and stayed where it was at, but our offense is still at number 22 in the NBA. Here it is right here. Let me pull it up. Our offense is at number 22 in the league still bottom of the Western Conference. So our defense can hold up for the whole year, but our offense, who's ran through James Harden and Ty Lue, because Ty Lue allows this offense to be ran, is at the bottom. So if you're going to take credit for all these assists, but not talk about the turnovers, not talk about the low offensive rating, if you're not going to talk about any of that, because defensively, it wasn't our defense. Our defense was very, very good. That's what kept us in the game yesterday. Our defense ain't been the problem all year. It's been our offense. But whose fault is that? Who does that fall on? What offensive system are we running? Let me show y'all something. Like I said, sit back and relax. And we're going to go through this one by one because, once again, when I say it, I don't think people really see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up actual real-time film for people to actually see what I'm seeing. So people don't think I'm just sitting there talking. Because every time I bring this up, you got somebody in the chat, you got somebody who's speaking saying, well, How can you blame him for this, that, and the other? And again, I'm not talking about the missed shots. I've come to grips. Players are going to miss shots. Hell, Cade Cunningham had a 9 for 22 shooting night last night. He had 7 turnovers. I just got on him. I don't mind you missing the shots. But what I do mind is when you have the ball like Harden has it right here. He's being guarded by Tobias Harris one-on-one. I hope that y'all can see the screen. Being guarded by Tobias Harris one-on-one. Turns the ball over. Now, this was a play he claims he got fouled on. Right? Turns it over, fast break opportunity. And an and one. That's one turnover right there. That's one turnover of the 7 that he had. Here's another turnover that he had that, definitely signals that as well. Like y'all hear right here, Harden had a turnover. He's toying back, talking to the ref, saying where was the foul at, yada, yada, yada. Okay, no problem. Let's go into the next turnover. You got fouled here, okay. Let's go into the next turnover that you had.
Setting the screen.
Right here. He gets the ball, gets the handoff by Zubac. Gets the screen set for him, or the slip screen. Being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Gets into the lane, fumbles it. And just throws it away. Not only does he throw it away, this is the thing that really gets on my nerves about Harden. He don't get back on defense, bro. When I played ball, when you ask any basketball player who is coached the right way by a coach, your objective, if you turn the ball over, you miss the shot, you get back on defense. That's 2 opportunities in a row where he gets the turnover. He don't even get back. Jogging back, bad basketball, bad body language. If you mess up, the least you can do is to try to clean it up. Simply jogging back on defense. Chris Dunn's back on defense. Nicholas Batum trying to communicate back on defense. These are stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but they kill you in momentum plays. Again, these are plays that can actually really destroy you as the games goes on. That's another turnover he had. And a team like Detroit, who plays very, very physical and very fast, is going to make you pay. So here we go with another turnover right here. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Now, this is a play right here where the Clippers get the ball. The score is 66-66. It's still a close game. Still a close game. Still a close game. Now watch this. Score is 66-66. You have James Harden right here being guarded by Ausar Thompson. Pressure him up half court. James Harden stops the ball. Another turnover. Does not even attempt to try to get back. He lucky he slipped, but he doesn't even take the effort to try to get back and make up for the turnover. These are key possessions you got to get back. If you're going to turn the ball over, he don't even try to get back on defense. You got, right now, I've counted 3 turnovers of the 7 that you had. The missed shots, the opportunities for you not to even get back on defense. This guy acts like he is so exhausted at the start of the game. I don't understand it. And I've given him credit for defensive help side, but his defensive, when it comes to getting back on defense and making up for turnovers that he had, is at an all-time low. Something else that he does not do as well, that I'm going to actually point out real quick. He doesn't do a good job of what they call boxing out on defense. So I'm going to pull up another play right here. I know I'm pulling up a lot of stuff, y'all, but I'm making this stuff really, really known about what's really going on and what people are not calling out. I already called out the 7 turnovers that he had, but then I'm calling out what he does after the turnovers, how he does not get back, because he's not even tried to make an attempt to get back on defense. This is stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. This is stuff that does not show up on the stat sheet. So here's another play right here. I got all this stuff written down. He gets the ball being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. This is turnover number 4. Being pressured by Dennis Schroeder. James Harden gets into the lane. Misses a layup. Now, you missed the layup. That's your play. You miss it. I'm not mad about the missed layup. You got as much offense as you could get out of that play. But what do? You don't even sprint back, bro. You don't even try to sprint back. The Pistons are jogging, and you're jogging with the Pistons, and they got an alley-oop done. That's four transition plays in a row where this guy constantly misses the shot, or he turns the ball over, and the Pistons come back with a transition alley-oop or a dunk. These are momentum-changing plays. The score is 67-70. He's the only one that keeps doing this over and over. Nobody calls it out. Doesn't play. Bruh. You know what's really going on? I'm going to go ahead and point it out to y'all. Again, like I just mentioned, we're 4-8 without Norman Powell not playing. We are essentially not a good team when he doesn't touch the floor. All I kept hearing all this season that James Harden has been carrying this team. Well, what's up with the bad offense that we have? Why are we so low in the league and offensively? I seen this last year in the playoffs, bro. James Harden's at a point of his career, and really he's been like this since Houston, where he's a dominant offensive player with the basketball. But he doesn't play winning basketball. His style does not win. And when you talk about a guy who's shooting 39% from the field, averaging, what is he? 39% from the field. What is he shooting from the 3-point line? What is he shooting from the 3 this year? Shooting 34% from the 3-point line, which is right below average. His career average is 36. He's shooting 87% from the free throw. That's his best shooting percentage that he's having is from the free throw line. So people will be quick to look at 21, 5, 8, and 38 assists, but they don't look at this. They don't look at the turnovers that he leads with the team. They don't look at his field goal percentage. They don't look at how in games he gives up possessions and don't even try to get back. They don't look at how he doesn't rotate on defense. They don't look at he don't get back on defense, and it puts his teammates in positions to fall out. See, stuff like this can't be measured on the stat sheet. You have to watch the games. There is no excuse for you to shoot either air ball, miss a layup, turn the ball over, and not get back. There's no excuse for you to have 7 turnovers in a game like that. You can't tell me a guy has such high IQ when you turn the rock over that many times in a game. Again, people used to kill Russell Westbrook for missing a layup, for turning the ball over. Why does he not get the same bitch shot? Why does at least something Westbrook did as well? He played defense. At least he would try to sprint back and guard his man. The Clippers have to literally hide Harden by the rim so he does not have to get exposed on the perimeter. If you look at that second quarter to start the second quarter, when they had Patty Mills in the game with Chris Dunn, and I think Derrick Jones Jr., Drew Eubanks, and I want to say Amir Coffey to start that second quarter, the Clippers were being it. Then I think Harden was on the bench. They were holding life in that game. Now I'm gonna go to Ty Lue for a second. Once again, this man is playing 39 minutes in a game. Why is James Harden playing 39 minutes? Clearly, he can't score the basketball last night. He didn't have any type of lift last night. And against a team like this is why I say watching this game against Detroit reminded me how they played against the Rockets. Remember them 2 games where they played against the Rockets and Harden basically, in my personal opinion, got shut down against that Houston defense? That's reminding me what happened to the Pistons last night. Same way. Same thing. You can blame it on fatigue. You can blame it on being tired, but that's why you as a coach has to save him from himself. You telling me that this guy doesn't want to come out the game, he doesn't want to sit out, it shouldn't even matter. You sit Kawhi Leonard out. Y'all have the guts to sit him out. And that's y'all best player. Y'all say that y'all trying to save Kawhi from himself, even though he wants to play. How does make this make sense? So you guys have enough cachet to sit Kawhi Leonard out, who's the best player in the league, but you don't have enough cachet to say James Harden, you ain't going to play 39 minutes. You're not going to hog the ball. You're not going to dominate the offense. This ball is going to swing around the perimeter. You don't have enough to tell him that, but you have enough to tell Kawhi Leonard to sit out of games that he don't want to sit out of, that he clearly wants to play, to sit him out for the first 2-3 games of the 2-3 months of the season. Y'all have no problem telling the fan base that we're trying to save him from himself, but you don't have the same to tell James Harden to save him from himself, to tell him to play off the ball, to actually be a person to swing the ball around, not to be so ball dominant, to take care. Like, you don't have enough to tell him that. I don't get how anybody can look at this and see this as ain't no problem. 7 turnovers in an NBA basketball game, consistent amount of times, is entirely too much for a 16-year vet. Cade Cunningham's a 4th-year player. This man's a 16-year vet, a top 75 player. You turn the ball over 7 times, 9 times, 8 times, 6 times, averaging 6.6 turnovers for a month. It's because his usage rate, okay? That's the coach's job. Lower his usage rate, lower his minutes, have him play in a better offensive system. But wait a minute, the Clippers don't have an offensive system. The offensive system is the guy that came in and said that I am a system, and Ty Lue rolled with it. And something else, somebody told me this too, and I was giving James Harden this amount of credit when I said this, but then I realized, I was talking to my boy last night, and I said, bro, hey, you know, Harden, man, many minutes he's been playing, he ain't gotten hurt. He's been pretty stellar. He doesn't get hurt. Like, you got to give him that with his credit. He told me, bro, you know why he doesn't get hurt? Because he doesn't play both ends of the basketball. He doesn't play hard both ends. And I said, true. He is a one-sided player. Because when you watch Harden, he's not. When do you guys see Harden just have his hands on his knees, or he's breathing, huffing and puffing hard? You don't really see that. You see him playing very lackadaisical. You don't see him rotating. You don't see him moving without the ball. You don't see none of that. So he makes a good point. Usually players that play both ways of the ball, they have injuries. Kawhi Leonard, right? Lower injuries. He's constantly chasing people off of screens. He's playing hard. Like Kawhi, you don't ever question how hard he plays when he's out there on the court. He gets back on defense. He guards his man. He guards off the ball. So a lot of stuff that people are glamoring on is with the bar set so low. If this was anybody else that had this amount of turnovers in an NBA game, y'all would be killing him. Their offense is not that good if we're 22nd in the league. Now, before in his younger years, Harden can get away with that because of his speed and athleticism with the basketball, but he can't even create separation to explode to the rim anymore. So that's why he settles for so many step back threes now. That's why he tries to get so many fouls now in the act of shooting. That's what that is. That's why he doesn't get back on defense. All these things are what winning plays encounter. That's losing basketball. There's no way this guy should be playing on 39 minutes in a game off of a back-to-back. If you're telling me it's about his usage rate, and you're telling me after the post game, well, I gotta take accountability for that. How many times has how many times Ty Lue said that? But the thing is that he relies on James Harden because that's what his offensive system is. Defensively, Jeff Van Gundy got them defensively, but offensively, he relies on James Harden. So if he sits James Harden or he benches him or he takes the offense away from him, he's afraid he might lose him. See, with Russ, he didn't have that problem up until James Harden came there. Remember, before James Harden came and was just Russ as the point guard, he allowed Russ to run the team. Clippers had the top 3 offensive trio with Paul George, Kawhi, and Russ. Our offense wasn't our problem, it was our defense last year. Now it's our defense isn't the problem, it's our offense this year. Around the same time, we started struggling. Our offense last year was not the problem, it was our defense. Hell, our offense wasn't the problem when we first got Westbrook. Remember that game we scored like, I think, 176 points? We played the Sacramento Kings the year before. Nigga, we scored like 100. That was the second highest, bro. That was the second highest scoring game of all time. Our offense ain't ever been this bad, bro. That's why I ask y'all, what is our ceiling? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and drop the link. I'm going to drop the link because I've been talking it long enough. I'm going to let y'all hear. Our offense ain't never been this bad. Ain't no way in hell that you going to sit up here and tell me we ain't never been no 22nd in the league offensively. That is horrible. That is, nigga, that's, bro, yo, I'm telling y'all. We ain't never had this bad of an offensive team. Salute, Rob. What's up, E? What's good, y'all?
Salute, BJ. Appreciate you.
What's up, y'all?
Let me go to
Salute,
Rob real
Rob.
quick. What's good?
What up,
What's good, Rob?
man? Damn. Woo, okay, so I'm gonna talk on the first game against the Pacers. Harden, he played. You know what? He played good against the Pacers. Nobody else showed up against the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? Because between Amir, Chris Dunn, Bogey, and DJ, they all shot 4 of 22 from 3. Our offense been atrocious, man. Our offense been bad. And like you were saying, man, Harden, man, he's dude. You know what I've come to expect with him, BJ? I come to expect on back to back. If he played good that first game, just know he's gonna play terrible the next one. Just know he's gonna play terrible, and then Ty Lue's gonna run him into the ground. Because this is ridiculous, man. He's literally letting Harden do whatever he wants. And we've been saying this for the longest time. He lets the worst players get the most minutes. You know, he's done this with Morris. He's done this with other guys too as well. You know, it's like I don't know what like he loves offense over defense. It's ridiculous. And I get he's an offensive coach, but anyways. So the next game, we brought a lot more effort. I like that we brought more effort this game. Harden played like shit, which I expected was going to happen. And he was also played all the minutes, which was ridiculous. I thought Patty Mills should have had more minutes last night. Nico Batum, like why can't he not get more minutes? Like the way Bogey was shooting last night was ridiculous, man. And that's another thing. If Bogey keeps shooting like this, which, by the way, I was watching a little bit of the Hawks, and they were talking about the beginning of the season, this is his worst shooting season ever, by the way, shooting 30%. So I don't know. I hope that he gets out of this slump, but it's looking really bad right now. And I just want to say that what else? I'm looking at these other guys, man. Shooting terribly. Everybody's shooting terribly. Defense, like I said, defense. Hey, Chris Dunn, man. Hey, 4 assists, no turnovers. DJ, did you see that? For Chris Dunn, no turnovers. Oh my God! So people were saying, "Oh, Chris Dunn can't run the offense." No, he clearly can. So I don't understand why Harden is still having the ball in his hand as much as he is, bro. Like it's so ridiculous how much freedom he has. Like I don't know if you was watching the interview last night. You can tell Ty Lue was mad, bro. He literally I don't know what question it was the dude asked him at the end of the interview, but he was just like, it can't happen, and it just got up and left out of the interview. That boy was hot, but I mean, you could tell he. I don't know if he's scared to tell Harden, like, hey, I don't want you playing it, because right now it's looking like Harden's running everything, bro. The team, the minutes. He's probably telling Tyler who to play. But you know, terrible losses, man. But you know what? I will say this: I like the effort we brought last night, because we could have laid down and just let the Pistons just destroy us. And we fought hard yesterday, and I like that. So I think I'm betting the next game we're gonna come hella hard, and we're gonna push a curve. Because if not, at this point, bro, we might as well just say fuck it to the whole season. But like I said, man, these guys, man, Ty Lue, man, he's got to coach better, bro, because this is getting ridiculous. Like the Bogey getting all these minutes and he's missing that much, bro. Like I think he went like him and Harden last night went something of like 2 of like 20 or some shit at the 3-point line.
They were bad.
It was like, come on, bro. Like you gotta switch it up, and dude's gotta get that ball, bro. Like this is getting ridiculous. How every time we come into this, you know, we talk on here, Zoo needs to get the ball more, because this is getting ridiculous. How Zoo might mess up one play and never see the ball again. Like it gets ridiculous. And that pick and roll, hey, we gotta start switching up the offense, because that shit is, hey, teams is seeing that shit. On Sword Thompson, they tried to do a pick and roll with Zoo and Harden. Got that shit stolen, right? He ran straight up the middle, stole that shit. So we got our offense, we got land. You know, Tyler was talking about restart. Restart what? We're still playing the same way. So what have we restarted on offense? And I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. Appreciate the Rob with the passionate soliloquy. Let me go to my man E. What's good, E?
What's good with y'all? I agree with a lot of what Ron said, but what I was trying to tell y'all, bro, Ty Lue, James Harden is the reason for the failures. The reason why the Clippers are going to go straight into the ground and below it is because of those two people. You know what I'm saying? Ty Lue is hella stubborn, He don't want to come up off and change his style up. He don't want to listen to his assistant coaches. It was fine in the earlier of the year, but guess what? Now we're starting to realize that, hey, Norman Powell is the most valuable player on the team. And I'm not even on Kawhi. This is without Kawhi. The Clippers
That's a
were
fact,
a top
Eleazy.
5
That's a fact.
team in the West. Don't care who they play, because you still got to win those games that you play. You know what I'm saying? So Norman Powell should have been the all-star, and we're seeing the total impact that Norman Powell has on the Clippers as a whole, because guess what? When Norman Powell is doing what he's doing, with his ability to use his athleticism and first step, you know what I'm saying, off of the catch, when you leave him wide open, he don't have to always shoot the three. He can drive too and use his athleticism to get to the rim. We've seen that many a times. And what Norman Powell does, it makes life easier for a James Harden. It makes life easier for a Nicholas Batum. It makes life easier for a Zubac. So now Zubac doesn't necessarily have to pound the ball 5 and 6 times with his back to the basket. He can just get easy duck-in slashes. He could be in a dunker spot. It's a lot more offensive rebound opportunities that's available for Zubac when Norman Powell's in the game, because Norman Powell, okay, one or two things. He's either going to shoot or drive. So those, when he's in a dunker spot, Zubac, those are easy slip dishes, like pocket passes to Zoo. So now all Zoo got to do is catch and finish. See, but when you say, okay, Zoo, I'm giving you the ball, I'm going to give you the ball 10 times out of 12 possessions, I need you to at least score on 60% of those shots or 50% of those shots. You're asking Zubac to do something that he's not comfortable and used to doing. Zubac isn't a high usage player. Zubac is a player that gets his buckets off of quick passes, you know what I'm saying, and offensive rebounds and rim runs. If you ask Zubac to be Joker, you're putting him at a disadvantage. Not saying that he can't score with the left hook, right hook, over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder, you know what I'm saying, baby hook shots. But what I'm saying, what he's comfortable with doing. Zubac, because now what you have him getting more tired because they're banging him. They're banging him because Zubac likes to, he likes to try to bang you and bang you and bang you instead of making a quick, you know what I'm saying, reverse pivot or a drop step move. He'll bang you like 3 or 4 times. That takes energy away from you. You get what I'm saying? So now he don't even really want the ball on the next couple possessions because he's tired. You know what I'm saying? From all the banging. And that's exactly what Norman Powell does for the Clippers. It makes their offense fluid. So without Norman Powell, they're struggling. But in that, I feel that Ty Lue needs to put James Harden on the bench, like I've been saying this. I don't care if he's a Hall of Fame player or not. Sometimes, guess what? In your later part of your career, you have to take a back seat in a lesser role to let the young guys establish themselves in the league. I feel like Marshawn Beauchamp can help you guys. He's an athletic wing. He can shoot threes. He can create his own shot. But y'all really not gonna look at it like he can add value and impact, because why? He's not proven and all of this. The only way a young player gets proven if he gets an opportunity to showcase his real skill set. You know what I'm saying? So really you have to develop that and give your players confidence. And that's why the Warriors program, the Warriors can't succeed with young players. They need older players in order for their system to work. And that's sort of kind of like how the NBA is as a whole. If you have younger players, they're either going to be one of two things. They're not going to play, or you're going to trade them. And then when they go to other teams where they can start and get minutes and then they start producing, now everybody like, oh, man, I don't know. We probably shouldn't have made that decision. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to give these guys opportunities. Jordan Miller is down in the G League killing, averaging 20, damn near. You know what I'm saying? You got players that's down there. Max Christie's brother is with the Clippers G League. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kobe Brown just wasting him away, just sitting on the bench, not even trying to use the guy.
Eleazy. T-Man scoring great over with the Hawks, by the way.
T-Man is
great.
playing better. with Atlanta, yes. But it's the opportunities. See, a lot of franchise and a lot of organizations and coaches, they stunt your confidence and your growth. And sometimes this trade for T-Man was probably the best thing for him. Now he can just be free and play comfortable and work on his game and do stuff that he knows he can do without all the pressure of him, you know what I'm saying, having to perform at a certain level because you have certain expectations.
And he
You know what I'm
with Quinn
saying?
Snyder. Quinn Snyder let him close out games.
So, I just think that they're gonna have to start figuring this thing out. But I can tell you one thing, Ty Lue, I'm telling you, bro, don't be surprised if they fire a motherfucker before they playoff run. I'm telling you, because dude don't know what he's doing. Don't know what he's doing. They gotta play the younger guys though, bro.
That's a fact.
Let me go to my man Skills. What's good, Skills? What you got, bro?
What up, BJ? Salute to the Pull Up Podcast. Salute to the panel.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not even gonna be long, man. If we keep this shit up, we ain't even gonna be in the playoffs. Cause the way it's looking right now, we're gonna be sitting in that play-in tournament, and it's a good chance that we may have to play Golden State or the Timberwolves in their playoff scenario, play-in tournaments scenario. And I don't have confidence right now that we'll beat either one of those teams. And it's crazy for me to say that, man, but it's like we've been saying the same shit all year. We've been talking about Ty Lue all year, and then he get in the post press conference with this little dumbass look on his face, always saying, "Oh, I got to be better," or "I made that mistake." I got on here a couple of days ago and told y'all that James Harden is playing too many minutes, and then you play him on back-to-back games, 35, 36 minutes one game, and then the next day you turn around and play him 38 minutes. Like, that is too many minutes for a guy that's 35, 36 years old that has a high usage rate like he has. That's way too many minutes. He's never going to be productive playing all those minutes. Like, and it don't take a rocket science to understand that. Like, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars. T. Lue make millions of dollars. Why is he getting paid millions of dollars for shit that I can see sitting at home on my couch? Like, the shit don't make sense to me. And then he don't listen to nobody. He don't listen to his assistant coaches. I thought it was gonna be different with Jeff Van Gundy, but he don't listen to Jeff Van Gundy. It's like, are you scared of James Harden? Are you scared to sit his ass down? Like, this type of shit don't make sense to me. A game like the one we played last night, bro. The team was actually on a run when James Harden went to the bench. In the fourth, they were on a run. When they go on a run, Ty Lue called a timeout and put James Harden back in the game when he was just in the game and they wasn't even going on a run. The reason that he was having such a hard time last night is because the Pistons is a running team. They like to run. James Harden don't like to run. He's the opposite of running. He want to walk the ball up the court. So you get him against a team that like to run. It's no coincidence that when he was out the game and we had a younger lineup out there, a more athletic lineup, and they was able to run and get up and down the court, that we actually started to make a comeback. Like, it's shit like that just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be done with it. Championship contention, y'all can throw that shit out the window. We're not winning no championship this year. And we'll be lucky if we make it out the first round. And it's not because I don't want us to win the championship. It's not because I don't want us to make it out the first round. But right now I'm seeing too many holes and we're not fixing these holes up. And I wanted to, after the All-Star break, come in and see like some progression where we was patching some of this shit up. But we're not patching anything up, bro. And our team should not be this bad just because we don't have just because we don't have Kawhi and Norm. Our team should not fall off a cliff like this. And because those two guys are out, because if we had plays and sets that we was running, it wouldn't matter if Kawhi and Norm weren't there. Obviously, you want your best players around, but we wouldn't fall off a cliff like this. We'll still be able to put points on the board. We'll still be able to compete. These last two games, bro, man, trash. The team is looking like trash, and I'm a realist. I don't play these type of games, like we're gonna figure it out or selling pipe dreams. I don't see it right now. Looking at the West, looking at the teams we got to face, I'm not seeing it.
Hey, BJ, me making I had one last point that I wanted to make. I just wanted to highlight the plus and minus last night.
Go ahead.
Chris Dunn had the highest plus minus, right? He was effective, impactful, filled the stat sheet up, and did what he can do to try to minimize, those players over there in Detroit. James Harden was a minus 22. So you look at James Harden, what did he score? He was like 5 for 22, something crazy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So
5 for 22. Yep.
even when even when James Harden's scoring, he's still negative. Because he's trading. If he's gonna score 20, he's gonna give up 30. So really, that's negative 10 plus minus off top. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like James Harden doesn't impact winning at all. And they need to hurry up and make a decision with this, bro. I can't play. It's going to be to a point to where, bro, you know what? I might not be able to play you like that. Like, real talk, though. I know it's James Harden. Everybody be like, oh, Houston and a former MVP. Kobe told the whole damn world, you're not going to win playing that type of basketball, period. So that's just what it is.
That's
it. It's LeBron James. That's what he is. He is LeBron James' stepbrother. He does it. They do the exact same shit. They get all these stats. They don't mean a damn thing on the court, and we still lose. And people want to blame everybody else, but that system where you ball dominant, you don't get back on defense, you don't cover for nobody, you just the ball sticks to you. Nobody else can touch it. Nobody can feel it, and you're a defensive liability. Mm-hmm. Nobody calls this out, bro. I don't understand why nobody calls this out.
Hey, BJ, just remember he an all-star.
But see, you know what? He been trash ever since he got that all-star position, though. His shit fell off the cliff ever since he got that. And you know what's crazy, BJ? No, ever since, bro. Like, if you go look at when he was announced as all-star, look at his stats from that point forward. The shit fell off the cliff.
That just tells me he's all about ego, bro.
No, man. And then
overrated him, bro, the whole season, though, bro. Like I said,
the whole season,
they've been lowering the nigga. I was calling this out the start. I'm like, bro, I'm saying he can be benched. I will put Ben Simmons in that starting lineup.
That's a
and let him run the show. If Chris Dunn can run, I watched against Indiana.
Chris Dunn can run it.
Doesn't turn the ball over. Pressure don't get to him. It seemed like pressure don't get to Ben Simmons when they pressure him.
No,
they don't take the ball from him.
Because he's so big, though, bro. Like, he's 6'10", 2 plus, bro. It's not easy to just pressure him and take the ball from him. You know what I mean? He extend his arms and got a little muscle and a little girth behind it. It ain't like James Harden where you can pressure him and he gets uncomfortable. They two different people.
And you know, I've been hearing people trying to get on Ben Simmons talking about, see, he don't shoot, but our whole team is missing threes, bro. So I don't even want to hear that shit.
But you know what it is, bro? Because people know that they got a jumper, that they think every shot that they take is a good shot. A lot of shots I saw last night were bad shots. They were terrible shots. They weren't
good threes. They're not.
Yeah, bro. Like they weren't good.
Threes, bro.
Terrible shots, bro. Like those were terrible shots that they were taking, bro. Like I didn't expect them to go in.
They're either rushed. Their shots are either rushed or at the end of a shot clock, bro. It's hard to shoot when your shots are rushed and at the end of a shot clock. It's hard.
Bogey was 1 for 12. He was 1 for 12 for 3. 1 from 12. That's all I got to say. Come on, bro.
And BJ made a good point, too. Another thing that kills me about Harden is he don't even box out. If you're going to be standing down there in the darkest position and you know that the ball is coming off the rim and your guy that you guard or supposedly guarding is bigger than you, the least you can do is fight for position to box out if you know that you're not going to drop. Put a body on him. Do something. Bro, it's so many possessions where James Harden just standing there ball watching, bro. That's what he's doing. He just standing there ball watching. And look, I think Harden would be way more effective if he only played 20 to 25 minutes. This high usage rate is not doing him any favors, bro. Like, this shit is just. It's too many holes, bro. It's too many holes, and I don't, bro. We got to build chemistry.
That nigga getting 12 minutes on my team. That's it.
Bro, I wouldn't even be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad if he didn't play at all, brother. Like, because the thing is, bro, we don't have time to be making the same mistakes that we made at the beginning of the year. Like, at the beginning of the year, people was giving Harden a pass because Kawhi wasn't there. So we like, okay, boom, for us to be sitting 5-6 in the West without our best player, okay, boom. So that's why he was able to slide under the radar and everybody just gave him a pass. But Kawhi is back now. We got the full squad. You don't get no more passes. And it's like James Harden gives T. Lue a reason to be lazy. because I
Yeah.
don't see the X's and O's, and in his mind, he always think I can just throw James Harden in there and run the offense. But
Yep.
that's not gonna get us nowhere, bro. Especially like games like last night and the night before. Like, bro, I didn't even watch that Indiana game. I knew that was a loss. I penciled that in as a loss, bro. We couldn't beat them with Kawhi.
But
You know what I mean?
You know what, Skills? I'll say this though. That Pacer game, James Harden showed up and he was efficient. I'll give him that. The rest of the team did not show up for that Pacer game.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Can you honestly say, without a shadow of a doubt, that T. Lue and James Harden set the other players up to be successful?
Oh yeah, for sure. No.
I don't care if he got 35 or 40. He can do that. He's an all-star type talent. So every once in a while he can give you a 30, 40 point game. That ain't nothing new. But a game like that where you know Kawhi not there, you know that Norman Powell is not gonna be there, you should go into that game automatically thinking I gotta set my guys up and I'm gonna eat after the fact. But it don't matter if I'm going and I don't have them set up. So I'm gonna get them going first and then I'm gonna eat. Because you eating first and then they not getting going, they out of rhythm, and then you relying on those guys at the end of the second or the beginning of the third, and they not there, bro. These already are not some of the best prolific scorers. So them getting in rhythm is pivotal. They got to get in rhythm. That's the only way that they're gonna even get any baskets.
And
you know
that's
what I mean?
One thing too, Skills. You're right. The rest of the team is not in rhythm right now. Like with the whole James Harden, the rest of the team. That's why we're shooting so bad right now. Like the whole team is just shooting terribly, and I agree with you. I think we're just out of rhythm. Like James Harden is not with like he is not in rhythm with the team right now. Like I don't know, bro. I don't see the no chemistry with our team right now.
Yeah,
hey man, it's so many problems I see, bro. Like I'd be on here talking for the next hour or two. That's why I'm saying the championship shit is out the window.
Yeah,
because even if we fix all the holes we have, now we still gotta build chemistry after the holes have been fixed. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even like we just fixed the holes, bro. None this season have we gone on an 8-game, 10-game winning streak, and bro, I need to see that before I can be like, this is a championship caliber squad. You know what I mean? Like I need to see you go on an 8-game, 9-game, 10-game winning streak, bro. We've had multiple opportunities this season where our schedule was okay, where we could have won on at least a 7, 8, somewhere 9-game winning streak. We haven't been able to do that because our offense hasn't had any consistency. The only thing that's been consistent all year is the defense. That's it. That's the only thing that's been consistent. And that did rise a little bit when Kawhi came because we went from 5 to 3-2. You know what I mean? But outside of that, nothing else has been consistent, bro. The offense, we up one day, down next day.
Yeah, and that's what. Oh, go ahead, BJ.
Did y'all see what clip game with JMC said? We play like Ty's lost the locker room. Kawhi and Powell strike mysterious injuries. You know something? I do want to know a little bit more about how they saying like soreness.
Because my thing is how is Norman went to the All-Star game if he was injured? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? It don't make sense.
What happened between then and now? I think Norman is legitimate. There's an injury situation there, but this whole Kawhi's foot sore and I don't know. It just seemed like to me personally that they're not pushing through it. And maybe they don't want to push through it because they're, still 6th seed in the West. They feel like they still got some time.
And then on top of that, we can't even play Ben Simmons on back-to-backs. Like, what?
I didn't know he even had a foot injury, bro.
That's what I want. Like what? Like that one seems a little iffy though, BJ. I ain't gonna hold you. That seems a little iffy. I'm just saying.
Ben Simmons has a knee injury?
No, he can't play back-to-backs, bro.
They said knee injury management. I think that's why they said that, but it was a back-to-back. I think that's why they put that out there. But that just goes to show you teams will pull out BS injuries to take time off. Because I didn't hear nothing about Ben Simmons' knee that needs management. I thought it was his back.
I thought it was back. I thought it was back management.
That's weird. That's why I said that's weird, BJ. That's a little weird to me, but all right. You know,
But
I
see,
guess.
but see, this is the main point that I'm talking about right here, Rob. We don't have time for shit like this. We don't have time for shit like this if we're trying to win a championship. Now, I think it's some validity in Kawhi injury because I think I know what layup caused that injury, and he played the rest of the game. And you know, like when that adrenaline pumping, you can play, but the next day you wake up, your shit be kind of
Yeah,
stiff.
you
But
don't feel it.
you'll feel it. You'll feel it the next day. But my thing is, bro, when we talking about, I'm a little bit more sympathetic when we talking about ligaments, and we talking about knees, and we talking about ligaments and shoulders and knees and stuff like that, tears, and I'm a little bit more considerate. But when we talking about shit like ankles, bro, throw some ice on that shit and get back out there and play, bro. Like I'm not that sympathetic about ankles, bro, because I done tweaked my ankle so many different times, 100 different times, bro. I ice it down maybe 2 days in a row. I'm good to go that third day, bro. And I don't understand why ankle injury, unless you done really tore something or broke something, I don't understand how ankle injury can keep you out for 2 or 3 games, bro. That I don't understand.
That's a fact too. I just think like BJ said, they don't make them play through their injuries. Like once you get like a little nick, they're gonna be like, "Oh, they out. I can't play through it." Or people don't want to question someone's will to want to play through an injury.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm about, bro. It's just too many holes, bro. My main focus right now is Ty Lue growing the backbone, bro, and sitting James Harden down. I'm not one of the people advocating that he just don't need to play at all. I just think 30 plus minutes is too much. I think he'll be way more effective in 20 minutes. And I'm gonna need for T. Lue to start drawing up some plays. I need to see some clear plays, some clear sets being run besides the high pick and roll that I can be like, okay, I ain't seen them run that scheme before. And until I see that, bro, man, championship, that shit
Look,
out the window.
I'm gonna say this, Skills. Like the only time I ever see it look like they're running plays is when Harden's off the floor, when he's on the bench. That's the only time it looked like they ever running like plays, running plays and shit. Like, but when Harden's out there, it just seems like they just do the same shit over and over. And that, like I said, that's what I was saying, Skills, earlier. Like that pick and roll shit between him and Zubac, that shit dead, bro. Because
Bro,
every team knows that. They
bro,
know that.
the whole league run pick and roll. So everybody naturally have counters and defenses for the pick and roll. That's only gonna get you so far. But literally the whole league runs high pick and roll. The
That's
whole
why I
league.
said that shit is dead. Like you keep trying to run that same play over and over. And like, what do you think is gonna happen when you keep running the same play over and over? Like teams are gonna notice. You know?
Sporting Page says, as long as Kawhi is playing, the Clippers have a chance to win any playoff series. Here's the thing about that.
Is he gonna play?
Here's the problem with that. We do, but I'm starting to see James Harden may not be a part of it. Well, I've been seeing that. That Kawhi and James Harden duo is, I don't know who in the hell thought that was a great duo. James Harden is the opposite of how Kawhi Leonard plays basketball. He has never had a point guard that's that ball dominant, who don't play defense, who don't get back after a turn. He has never had that type of point guard. So yeah,
and
we can
I
have
agree with
Kawhi
BJ
Leonard
on
on the
that.
court being healthy, but James Harden ain't gonna probably be a part of it. If he is, he's taking a back seat.
And here's the thing, like who put that comment, Sports Page. Here's the thing, none of us is doubting Kawhi. We can get Kawhi back to who we know him to be. Obviously, we have a chance, but I'm gonna be real with you, my guy. And this is coming from a long-time Kawhi fan. He can't do it by himself. This is a team sport, 5-on-5 basketball, and we need some chemistry. We need to run some. We need to see the Kawhi offense in a series of games, not just for a quarter or for a half a game. We need to see the Kawhi offense being ran for a 5, 6, 7, 8 game stretch, and actually have some success with that. So the other guys get familiar with their roles, know where they need to be on the court, know what sets they need to run. If we don't get to that point, and you thinking that we just gonna get to the playoff and Kawhi gonna put his cape on and come save us, bro, but that's not gonna happen. I promise it's not happening, bro. It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna be able to put on that cape and save us, bro. It's not happening.
Let me go to Mingle real quick. Let's go to Mingle. What's good, Mingle? How you doing, bro?
What's happening?
What to do, Mingle?
What's good? So, did Kawhi Leonard play last night? I didn't get a chance to watch the game because I was at work.
No, he didn't play last night.
But not for the last 2.
And may I ask what's wrong with him? Like, he got an injury or what's happening?
He tweaked his ankle.
Hold on, wait. You say he did what now?
He tweaked his ankle.
He tweaked? Ankle. Okay. All right then. So we got James Harden over here playing like he don't know he don't forgot how to play basketball. Cause from the other game, I ain't see this previous game, but from the other game that I saw, he didn't play well either. I don't know what's wrong with James Harden. I don't know whether he missing little baby. I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah. And then Kawhi, how you miss 2 games with a tweak ankle? What is that?
I don't know.
What is
I don't
that?
know.
Bro, you sounding like me, bro. I don't
Man,
get it.
man, we got Kobe Bryant out here shooting with his left hand because his right shoulder is messed up. He out here shooting with his left shoulder. I mean, his left hand, literally putting threes and stuff with his left hand. And you mean to tell me you can't play on a tweaked ankle? But we ain't doing that, man. I don't know what's going on with the NBA players, but bro, we ain't doing that, man. Come on now. I mean, I understand you don't want to play injured and all that. If he had a serious injury, like a strained calf, cause a strained calf could lead to a torn Achilles. So I get that. Or if we, you out here playing with a torn meniscus or something, I can get all that. But a tweaked ankle?
Bro, you better throw some ice on that shit, man.
It ain't even a broken ankle. It's a tweaked ankle.
And check this out, Mingo. When he tweaked the ankle, he played the rest of the game. So he just woke up the next day and it was a little stiff, it was a little sore. Man, throw some ice on that shit and get your ass in the game. Like, come on, bro. Like, we ain't got time for this, bro. We just don't. We don't, bro.
No, I don't understand, but y'all got it. The way the Lakers starting to play, but y'all got to get it together. And I'm talking about fast. Y'all got to do all this stuff fast. It ain't that many games left. It's about 25 games left. If that, maybe like 27 games left.
Yeah, you're right. It's right there. That's how many games.
It ain't. Y'all got to get it together, man. These teams starting to look, man. These teams starting to look like they're getting in playoff form. Meanwhile, the Clippers over there playing. Y'all can't be playing, but y'all got to get it together and get prepared for the playoffs if y'all trying to make a deep run. But these other teams is not playing at all.
That deep run ain't coming, Mingo. It ain't coming this season. I hate to say it, bro, but it ain't coming. It ain't coming, cuz too many inconsistencies. And like you said, the other teams ramping up, which is what I thought we was gonna do. I thought we was gonna start ramping it up. Got the full squad. We finna patch up some of these holes, put the work in. But man, when I don't see the work being put in, you can say what you want to say. The coaches can say what they want to say. Y'all can say what y'all want to say in these post interviews, bro. I'm looking at the product. I'm looking at the work being put in, and I just don't see that desire. I don't see that eye of the tiger. Like, man, we finna make this shit work. Patty Mills came in with more fire than the guys that have been starting and being in the man. He came in with more fire than what I've seen out of some of our other guys.
The only one I've seen that look like they played with some urgency is Chris Dunn, bro. Chris Dunn is the only one that's looking like he's the only one I want to play, bro.
Do Ty Lue even be playing Bogdanovich? Do he even play?
He played him too much last night.
He played him too much, taking dumb shots, bro.
Why is he
11,
getting minutes over Batum? Batum was playing pretty good last night. He should have kept Batum in more.
So basically, y'all trying to say Ty Lue don't know how to rotate the players.
We've been said that
too much. Like he don't know how to. He don't know how to solidify his lineup. Basically.
Skills, like Skills said, it's ridiculous. He's getting paid $50 million, and Skills is a regular person, and he can see what's going wrong. How the hell is he a coach and he can't see what the fuck? He's getting paid $50 million. You can't see what's going wrong.
It's crazy, bro. Like his rotations is bad. Like it was a point in the fourth last night, Mingo, where the Clippers went on a run, and this is why I cut the game off. They went on a run. They came back. Because James Harden went to the bench and they started running, getting up and down the court. When you playing the Pistons, you got to get up and down the court or whatever. So, bro, we got a young lineup in there. They getting up and down the court. It ain't the prettiest baskets, but they scoring. They scoring off transition, fast break points. I think Amir Coffey had like an N1 where he went up for a layup. They smacked him to the ground. He got up. Like, we went on a run. Ty Lue, in the midst of this run, thought it was a bright idea to throw James Harden back in the game. And I'm like, you don't realize that they didn't go on this run until you set James Harden on the bench. That's when they went on a run because he was slowing them down. You can't. What's the purpose of having a Derrick Jones Jr.? What's the purpose of having a Amir Coffey, people that like to run, like to get up and down the court, if you're going to pair them with James Harden, who wants to play half-court offense? That's not their best strong suit. So it's like he do little shit adjustments like that just don't make sense. Like I know in his mind he thinking, oh, they on the run. I'm gonna put James Harden back in there so we can go ahead and get, and, he can capitalize off this momentum. But how do you think that and overlook the fact that there was no momentum with James Harden on the floor? Like I don't get shit like that, bro. It's weird to me, man.
And mind you, like I said, I was telling somebody a second ago that between him and Bogey, Harden and Bogey, they were like 4 or 20 or something from 3, just between them two.
Bro, taking terrible shots.
Taking terrible shots, bro. And like I said, I've come to expect this from Harden on a back-to-back. If he played kind of good one game, just know he's going to play like shit the next one. So...
he better be lucky, bro. I'm not on his team. He better be lucky it ain't a dude like me in that locker room, bro. Because I would never pass him the ball. I would never pass him the ball. I would shoot the most contested shots and be looking dead at James Harden and never pass him the ball. He would never get the ball from me.
And mind you, Skills, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Patty Mills get more minutes because he really does bring that Spurs like imprint on the team. Because the way he has high IQ as well, man. He was passing that ball.
If he can't do nothing else, he can shoot.
Let me go to Mash real quick. What's good, Mash?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Can you guys?
What it do, Mash?
Oh, it's out a little windy.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on, bro. Let me mute my mic and then I'm gonna go somewhere else real quick.
All right. Yeah, wait for Mash to come back.
So was anybody on the other team killing them? Like, Cade Cunningham or Dyson Daniels, any one of them? Not Dyson Daniels.
Ausar Thompson.
Ausar Thompson. Yeah, that's what I meant.
He was playing great defense on Harden. I thought Tobias Harris had a pretty solid game.
And the Isaiah Stewart dude made it kind of difficult on Zoo down there in the post.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Jalen Duran? He ain't played.
He did pretty good too. He was playing pretty well. Hey, the Thompson twins, man. I love how they came into the league, man. Just playing really straight good defense and hustle, man.
They both good. Yeah.
Like, I love it, man. I love what they bring to the NBA.
I mean, I think Amin better than Ausar, but they both good though.
Like defensively, they both play. They hustle hard, man. Jesus.
Yeah, let's do it.
This shit is annoying, BJ. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This shit got me feeling some type of way, man, because I had high hopes for this team this season, bro. They just disappointing me right now. And I'm not liking anything I'm seeing. It's nothing that I can hang my hat on besides the defense that I can be like, that's why we can compete. Everything else, bro, it's too many holes, bro. I see too many flaws.
Yeah. Our defense is elite, man, but it just shows you with no offense, what is that gonna do?
Let me go to Mass. Then I think Mass is good. You good, Mass?
Yeah. Is that better, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've been listening, man. All you guys making great points. One thing that stuck out to me was, like certain guys got different ways of getting the team ready to go. And so a lot of times when I talk about James Harden and just his overall presence, he doesn't bring a winning mentality onto the court. So, I mean, most teams are going to go as their best player goes on that particular game. And so with Kawhi not playing last night, like James ain't going to inspire nobody to be better, right? I mean, he had a losing demeanor himself. He don't care. All you care about is his stats and that's about it. But Detroit's a good team. So I don't think there's no shame in losing to the Pistons. I think people look at the Pistons and say, oh, they're the Pistons. But really, if you look at their roster, like, you got to beat them. Like, they're not going to beat themselves. And they got good shooting now, right, with Tim Hardaway and Beasley. And we know what Cade Cunningham can do. and they're physical, up front. So, they're no longer a laughing stock, right? So you have to beat that team. So there's no shame in losing to them, without a Kawhi Leonard. I mean, I'm not sure what the expectation was, but that was a toss-up game last night, right? And you guys lost the game. But I agree, though. This team can't compete for a championship, bro. And whoever said it the best. If you're Kawhi Leonard and you woke up with a bum ankle or sore foot, come on, bro. Like, I mean, that's giving me LeBron James vibes a little bit when he says I had discomfort in my foot, and that's why I didn't play in the All-Star game. Like, at what point do you say I gotta fight through this pain and just start accumulating wins? The Clippers are falling, you guys. Week by week now. Like, they haven't been on a good winning streak or put together a good stretch in a while. And so guys got to start playing through pain, and it's about wins. And if Kawhi can't fight through a foot or ankle soreness, then that's a problem. That's an issue. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This team to me doesn't have enough to compete with some of the better teams, and that's okay. I think once we taper down the expectation, which I've done from the get go, then you guys shouldn't be as mad or as upset, because I think when you have high expectations and then the team doesn't reach it, then you're going to be disappointed, in my opinion. They're still a feisty, gritty, scrappy team. That's never going to leave them, right? They're going to be in games and they're going to compete because they defend. So that's a great thing. But offensively, man, they're just too up and down. They're just too up and down, and I disagree. Patty Mills has no business touching the court. If you think Patty Mills should touch the NBA court on this roster and he's going to have an impact on whatever it is, then your team's in trouble. Your team's in trouble. It just is what it is. I'm not sure why Mingo brought up the Lakers for it and said the Lakers are playing good basketball. No, they're not. Right? They're 2-2 in the last 4 games. And so let's get that straight here, okay? The Lakers, lost to the Hornets and the Utah Jazz, and I think they beat Portland and they beat the Dallas Mavericks. So the Lakers ain't no measuring stick, Mingo. I'm not even sure why you even brought them up for it, right? So let's get that straight.
Hey, Mr. Maz,
Yeah,
Mr. Maz, it's because they beat Denver the other night. Now everybody riding them.
right, right. But they ignored the pathetic loss to Utah and the Charlotte Hornets. Anyways, let me close on this note, man. And I don't always agree with JML Clippers fan, but he said it a few weeks ago. He says the Clippers are going to scale back, and these losses are going to start to catch up with them. Before you know it, they're going to be in that 7-8 position, fighting for a playing spot. You know what I'm saying? And we know what that means. Anything can happen, right? Any given Sunday, quote unquote. So they better try to get, the fifth or sixth seed. And they keep losing games. It's not good for them. And
Look,
so go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Mr. No, I was just going to end it with the Mr. Maz, man. I just think, man, at this point, we just need a clean house next season.
You think?
I'm over
Okay.
Kawhi.
So you're saying just listen, bro. They should have done that probably a couple years ago when he
Hey,
was
I agree
leading
with
them.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want none of this mess to begin with, but at this point, I'm just like, start over, man.
Because you guys, and I know Skills and BJ, may or may not agree with this, but like I would rather trade a guy too soon than too late and get something like what NBA team is going to give up young assets, young talent, for Kawhi Leonard? Because if Kawhi's not going to help that team win a championship or he's not the missing piece, then you got to give up something to get something. So I don't think any team is going to give up young assets and multiple draft picks, to get Kawhi Leonard at this stage of his career. Because let's call a spade a spade. And I hate to say it, he hasn't been the most available player in the last 2-3 years, and that's a problem. And so I think you're right, bro. I think cleaning house should be an option on the table. Look at the Rockets, look at OKC, look at some of Orlando, look at some of these younger teams, and yeah, fan base maybe not gonna like it because you got to take 4 steps or 5 steps backwards to take 10 steps forward. But I think you're right, Robert. I think cleaning house is the right thing to do, bro, moving forward. I totally agree with
And I,
that.
And I feel like you got valid points in that assessment right there, Miles. But you know me, I'm a little biased, so I'm not
I
gonna
know, I
trade
know,
Kawhi. You know what I
I
mean? I'm
know
a
you're
little
not.
biased. You know, I'm a realist, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm a little biased, so I personally wouldn't trade Kawhi. But I'm not mad at the, you know, if I'm sitting in a management position, it makes sense. What you're saying making sense now, like, because what I'm saying right now, when you factor in that we had chances to compete for a championship in the last 3-4 years, but it always ended up falling short because Kawhi is hurt. You know, from a dollar standpoint, from a progression standpoint, it makes sense to get off of him. I just personally wouldn't do it because, like I said, he's my favorite player, and I know what he
Yeah.
brings to the table when he's, you know, clicking on all cylinders.
Hey, Skills, do you honestly think that the window is closed for the
Uh,
Kawhi era and the Clippers as far as competing for a championship? Is that window
uh,
open or closed?
for this season, if I base it off right now, what I'm saying right now, somebody got a gun to my head. For this
Hmm.
season is over with. I don't think no championship is happening. I don't even think a deep playoff run is happening. And it's not
Oh,
because you said something, well, when you first came on, you said the Pistons are a good team. And you're right in there. The Pistons are playing a lot better. It's not the fact that we lost to the Pistons, it's how we lose. We lose the same way every time we lose. It's not
that's
like
a fact.
it's different ways we losing, or you know, it was very competitive to the very end, and you know, they made some highly contested shot that we just couldn't stop. No, bro, we lose the same way every time that we have these bad losses that we shouldn't lose the same way. Primarily because the ball is in James Harden hand for way too long. He's playing way too many minutes. We have no clear offense or pecking order on how things should go. And it's been like that all season. So when I see holes like that, when I see blatant holes like that, bro, great teams, great players, whether you're talking about basketball, football, soccer, boxing, whatever. The great ones, bro, they don't have glaring weaknesses. They may have things that they're not as good at as other things, but like a glaring weakness where you can be like, I can exploit that. They don't have that. And right now, I see the Clippers, we have too many glaring weaknesses. So a championship ain't happening. I hate to disappoint the Clippers fans, but it ain't happening.
That's a
Hey,
great point,
skills. There's
Skills.
a pecking order for sure. It's James Harden. James
Well,
Harden get to do whatever he
True.
wants.
but when you bring in a player like James Harden, if you're the Clippers, you're telling everybody that's associated to the organization, this is how we're going to play. Because James Harden is not a player that you can put him in multiple positions and say, on today, I need you to do this. Tomorrow, I need you to do that. No, it's James is going to be on the ball, facilitating, dictating everything, and there's no adjustments to be made. He is who, like he said, he's a system. And when the Clippers made that move to bring him in last season, and then you re-sign him, then you're asking for trouble. And guess what? You're
Look
gonna
where
get
we
trouble.
at. Look
Yeah,
where we at.
yeah,
Like
Fucking
Hey,
where we
trouble.
at?
let me go to y'all making some great points. I'm gonna let y'all get back into it. Y'all subscribe to my man Mr. Mass on his page as well. Time out with Mr. Mass and put on the screen. But let me go to my man Bolt. What's good, Bolt? Oh, you sound a little bit echoing. Echoing. Yeah, you echoing,
Hello,
Bolt.
can you hear me?
Try to say something.
Uh, yo,
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little low, but I can hear you. What's good?
okay. Nothing much, man. I don't know whether to lose interest in this team or what, man. We falling off. I mean, I get it. We had injuries and people missing and stuff. I mean, we were competitive still, but we still got problems.
Mm, okay. Is that it, or you want to continue?
I'm about to say we got a pretty manageable schedule coming up. I mean, we should be winning most of these games. I mean, we should have won the games that we lost, like the Bucks game. I mean, all of these are winnable games. It's not like we just outmatched. It's just we're not competing how we're supposed to.
Mm,
And
okay.
yeah, there's too many issues. I was up in here earlier, somebody saying there's too many holes to fix. There really is too many. I think we're probably a first, second round exit at best.
Okay. Let me go to my man JM. What's good, JM? JM, you might be on mute.
Oh yeah, I was. My bad.
All right, salute, pull up, panel chat. Go Clippers, Clipper Nation, Clipper doubters, Clipper haters, all that good stuff. Man, it, it looks bad, but you know what I mean? I don't have no gloom or doom or nothing, man. I still got hope, whatever, because the issues we got there small. Like Ty learned how to do a better rotation. They handle that. Ty, sitting hard and down 25 minutes a game. They handle that. I think it's about the perfect time for us to start getting into this mode right here because it's gonna force change. Luckily, we still around 6 seed. We're gonna hover around 6 seed. We did the same thing last season. Right, as far as us losing 3 in a row after All Star, we did the same thing last season. Did the same thing with Paul George. Somehow, right after All Star, we always start off slow. So that's probably because the age of our team. Once old people stop, it's hard to get them back going. You get old people, you gotta let them keep going. Except for Harden, you know what I'm saying? He's the energizer bunny that need to sit down. But anyway, I'm not panicking at all. As long as we stay around the 6 seed, besides the plan, this was the plan the whole time anyway. It's hard last season. As long as we get into the playoffs, we got a team good enough to get us into the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Now we're gonna slide a little bit, but luckily the West is wide open. It's only like a couple of games separating all teams. Ain't like we like 18 and 25 or some shit. We still in the mix. So like anyway, Ty fixes rotations, sit Harden down. Well, we could come up the second seed, let Kawhi rest, let Paul rest. If Ty was such a good coach, we got other players who could easily make up the points. Well, I ain't gonna say easily, but if he went to a 10-man rotation, like we did bring some good pieces. Like where's the other kid, young kid we just brought in? The one who hit a 3 as soon as he touched the ball. Like
Talking about
so
Beauchamp.
yeah.
You know he's not
We
gonna
got
play.
him. Huh?
You know he's not gonna play.
Well, see, that's why we got to force the panic. That's why we got to do this thing for Extreme now. Sit our players out. You know what I'm saying? Let them sit out. Let them send a message. Like, Harden is not the answer. So, just like Ty got that 10-game sample. Well, he's seen a 2-game sample so far. This is how we look without Kawhi and Powell. So, if you're going to let Harden keep running the team, this is pretty much what's going to happen. Anything. Or why Ben not starting? Why Ben didn't play more minutes? It would have been a good match for Isaiah Stewart. Stuff like that that's real simple to fix. So anyway, still go Clippers. We in the playoffs. Let quiet them, rest, let Powell come do their thing, and then we go from there. That was the plan to begin with. It doesn't look pretty all the time, but we right on course. Go Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean,
So let's
I
just
hear you, JM. I hear you, and I agree with you on some of what you're saying. But the only problem I got with what you're saying, JM, is I have nothing to hang my hat on. Like, can you point to one great game that we've had all season where we can be like, man, our offense was clicking, our defense was clicking, Ty was calling the right plays, everything was like how it was supposed to be. Like, can you point to a game like that we done had this season that we can set our hat on and be like, okay, if we play like that in the postseason, we got a chance to beat any team? Like, what performance was that?
Man.
Well, I would like for me that will be tied force Boston overtime without Kawhi in them. Force Boston
No
without who?
No starters.
Oh yeah, with no starters, and we forced Boston a double overtime, I believe. That shows you what our team can do.
And did we even have the same team? Was that pre or post trade deadline?
That was pre. We ain't even got them same dudes. We ain't got
so that was pre-trade deadline, and that was without Kawhi. We can't hang our hat on that because we got to see the offense clicking with Kawhi in the lineup with the new lineup that we have now. Like, I'm not.
In theory, like we actually got a better lineup than we did then. So, like I said, they all lined up. If they line up, like I said, Ty do simple things, fix the rotation. You know what I'm saying? All of it ain't about just Kawhi. Take the ball out of Harden's hand. Use Ben, use Kobe Bryant, use our other players. Like it's small things. It ain't like
I agree with you on that, JM. I agree with you on that 100%. I don't believe, I don't trust Ty Lue to do it though. That's the only
hello.
adjustments things that he need to do. You've been pointing out all season, and you've been right. I give you flowers and tell you you've been right. I just don't trust him now at this point of the season to make the necessary adjustments. I just don't see him doing it.
Well, I look at body language, and I'm gonna leave it at that, right? Like the way like I watch every last post interview he does, right? So he been going from smiling, happy, to folding his arms, to his last one last night when he just got up and left. So I take it as like we talked about on the last show. Ballmer is a fan. He could see what all the Clippers Nation said. Somebody got into his ear for him to even get that. I've never seen Ty like that before. You know, he'll use it jokely. Yesterday he was pissed, and he finally called out Harden. Finally, oh, it's my fault that Harden played too many minutes. Whenever he does apologize, somebody made him because he's stubborn. Remember, anyway, we're gonna make some changes. And I think he got the memo.
But why do we feel? But why do we think, or people think, skills that the personnel to make the adjustment with can work? Guys like Kobe Brown, Ben Simmons, like he's saying, bench Harden more, play Ben Simmons, use Kobe Brown. Like, doesn't personnel matter? I mean, when you look at the Western Conference in a whole, and you start to stack it up, I mean, there's other teams that can make better adjustments with better players, and they're much more versatile teams than the Clippers.
No, they can't.
So
No,
what?
Most of the
if you
teams
look
already
over
got
the
their stuff
West,
together. Also,
if you
I
look
mean,
over the
so
West,
I'm
man, a
not
lot of the
sure
West
what.
using young players, man. A lot of the West teams use young players. A couple of teams got a big giant, right? Other than that, every team vulnerable. Ain't no dining
Well,
runaway
they're
team in
young.
the West.
Well, they're young players. Okay. Well, their young players are a lot better than your young players.
How do
So
you
I
know
mean,
that? You ain't never seen them play. How you know that? You ain't never seen them play. Now when Harden been playing
uh,
the whole damn
they're,
game, you don't know
because they're
what
not
somebody
playing
else
for.
will come in and do.
Because they're not. Well. Actually, I mean, I've seen Kobe Brown play in person, and he was nothing special. He was jacking
he's
up threes,
alright.
and I think he hit one out of like four or something like that. I think it was last year or something when Ty played for like a few games in a row. And so I've seen some of these other teams, young guys play. They're productive. And so, I mean, Ty Lue is an NBA coach. Jet Van Gundy is a veteran coach. Like, you don't think they would play these guys if they were everything you said they were? These young guys that you speak of? I mean, he's playing Coffee now. That's cool. And Coffee's okay. I like him. But you want Ty to go even deeper in the bench? I mean, he wasn't even playing Bones Holland, who we
No,
know
I
can play
want Ty
basketball.
to play.
Come
You
on.
misunderstood me. I want any other coach in our team to come try it for at least as Ty say, 5-game sample size. See what somebody else think.
I
We
do
might have
think
a
we need
better.
a different voice. I do think we need a different. I think, to be honest, as much as everybody making good points, like you should have cleaned house a couple years ago. I like what Matt said. I will agree. Like the team that we have, and I feel like now that you brought Harden in, Ty Lue can't sit him down because his whole offense is centered around him.
Yeah, that's
And
for
we've
sure.
seen Ty Lue don't know how to, as you guys can see, he don't know how to create a real offensive scheme. So it's like if you sit Harden down, it's like that's going to expose him. So it ain't even much he's scared to sit Harden down because he's like afraid of it. Like he's basically having Harden play all the minutes because that's how his offense is centered. If you sit him
Yes.
down, he's going to have to really coach,
It's a
and
fact.
that's what I think. That's why I think it stems from, because there's no way you gonna keep apologizing, because we've seen this before. Everybody can see this man's played 30 and 30. Ty Lue played in the NBA. He's not stupid. You like offensive guards, and you like to play offensive type of guard. You did this with Reggie Jackson. All everybody saying Reggie Jackson was playing too much. You kept playing him. So Ty Lue again, he ain't gonna change. He ain't gonna change that, man, unless somebody forces him to change it. That's what I'll say to that.
I totally agree. I think it's going to come down to that. The holes are too glaring. I think he's literally running out of excuses. Some got to give. Right about now, while we hover around 6 seed, it's the perfect time to make a change. You know, because we got like 30 games. We got enough games to still make second, third seed. You know, it ain't too late. Yeah, we got what, like over almost 30 games left, 20-something games with a favorable.
Yeah.
And like the Mr. with the glasses on the, he said we got a favorable schedule. Kawhi, at least he Kawhi not out with no bone injury or nothing. He tweaked his foot. Powell, you know, didn't know he even had bad knees, but eventually Kawhi won't be on no minute restriction either. Mind you, he's still on a freaking minute restriction, which makes absolutely no sense. So it's just a couple of small things we got to work out while we got the chance. But we are running out of time. But we got Soul spotted 6 seed, so.
Yeah, let's flip the schedule right here. You got the Bulls coming up tomorrow, which we should win that game. We should definitely win that game. We got the Lakers back-to-back times. Phoenix, we ain't beat them. We got Detroit. We just lost to New York. Playoff caliber team. Sacramento trying to get into the playoffs. New Orleans, bottom feeding team. Miami, bottom feeding team. Atlanta, bottom feeding team. Charlotte, bottom feeding team. Cleveland, playoff caliber. Memphis, playoff caliber. OKC, we ain't beat them. New York, playoff caliber. Brooklyn, bottom feeding. Cleveland, playoff. Orlando, playoff. Dallas, back-to-back. Spurs, play-in. Houston, we ain't beat them. Sacramento, and go. Like, I would say we got more tougher games than easy games.
You know, hopefully we'll have a full Kawhi and Powell, and the rotation will be better. You know, everybody playing on the same page instead of this is either Harden system or the highway. You know, we get things together. Like I said, small things. We could beat anybody on that schedule.
So y'all would sit Harden if Kawhi and Ben. I'm gonna interrupt you, Jam. You think if Kawhi and Ben and Norm were playing, would you sit Harden down for a period of time?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I've been saying, yeah, I would sit Harden for. I ain't gonna say take him out the game. He's somewhat effective, but I would just limit his minutes. That's all.
He needs his minutes limited anyways. He's 36. He ain't no way he should be playing 40 minutes a night.
Facts.
You can literally see him wear out on the court. Like, you can see when he gets tired, he starts like not caring, walking the ball up, not playing defense, making lazy passes. I mean, you can literally see it.
That's why they have to hide him. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, BJ. Go ahead.
That's why they have to hide him at the dunker spot on defense. If y'all don't notice, like they play him like they play LeBron and Luka on defense. They have him guard the player near the basket, so he don't have to worry about guarding on the perimeter.
But keep him way out to the corner. He said way out to the corner. Well, half the time, whoever he checking, not even going to shoot a three. So he, like LeBron, like you said, they hide him on the corner. That's what they hide at.
Yeah. Old man said Bulls are not an easy game. Aren't they in playing position? If Kawhi and Norm play, we should win that game. But yeah, they're in playing position right now. They're 10th seed. Yeah. So they might not even be an easy game.
Yeah, we lost to them before, and I think we had everybody.
But say Bogdanovich come back, whatever Bogdanovich, whatever name come out of the shooting sloop, you know what I mean? He's in a rut. What if he come out of that? He was 2 for 12 his damn self. I mean, darn self. He made a couple of threes, got on the hot street. That would have been a different game. Like, Harden limit his minutes, you limit his turnovers, you know. And then the most crucial thing I would do, I wouldn't play Kawhi and Harden at the same time. I'm gonna go back with my original plan. I said beginning of the year, I'll let Kawhi come off the bench with the second unit. Let Harden and Powell do their thing like they've been doing all season. So I didn't really want Kawhi to come back in the starting unit. I've been saying, you know, even when he was out, I was like, man, he should come stay in the second unit. Stay in there.
Who would
Him
you
and
start
Harden
over?
cannot play. Huh? What you said?
Who would you start over Kawhi?
The people who've been starting already when he been out. Keep it the way it is. They've been winning, like BJ said. Like they've been winning. It might not be against the
They
top
got a 10-6
teams, but
record with Kawhi. I mean, it's not that great, but it's still something.
yeah, it's something. I imagine he come off instead of him battling. Like we could have won more if him and Harden didn't have to share the ball. What if Harden was giving him if Harden take the most shots? So him and Kawhi playing at the same time is not really effective. Because now, but you let him come off the bench, play with the second string, he could run that unit. Same idea Russ had. You can't have both of them play at the same time. I think that's what Russ was trying to tell everybody. He can't. It cost each other out. They both was shooting guards. Everybody fighting for the ball. Harden won't give up the rock or nothing. So, like I
I
said,
feel like we should.
Huh?
Never mind.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna suggest another lineup, but it wasn't gonna work. I was gonna say I really feel like we should move Harden to the shooting guard, especially now that we got Ben Simmons. But we can't move Norman Powell from the shooting guard. I just thought about that.
Or I will leave what I meant. I'll leave the starting five the way it was before let Ben run with Kawhi off the bench.
I wouldn't put Derrick Jones Jr. in no power forward though. He's not a power forward. I never liked that fit anyways. He's a small
He's not a
forward.
power forward.
He should be on the bench
Yeah.
also. He should be
come up. Yeah, because he's not a power forward. He's smaller than Kawhi.
Yeah.
Yep. We got a lot of stuff we got to figure out, man. I don't particularly think it starts with. I think it particularly starts with Ty Lue. The biggest issue we have is, he will not. The very player that we saying is a problem is the very player that's most important to him, even over Kawhi. I think James Harden means more to Ty Lue than Kawhi.
Yeah.
I think he feels like he can depend on James Harden more because Kawhi with his injuries.
I think Ty got a passion for small guards because that's what Ty was. He was a small guard. So Iverson stepped over him. I think he think that's the only way to win. Like when he got Kyrie. But LeBron took all the shine, but that was really Kyrie, another small guard.
Yeah, I mean, but Ty Lue was a scrappy guard, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. He was a scrappy guard. I remember watching him play.
Yeah, he backed up Kobe, I think. He won with the Lakers. I don't know why
he liked the ISO so much. He ain't no ISO player.
He probably Iverson did, I guess after Iverson broke his ankles, boy, he been trying to get back at them since then. Because he had to check Iverson in the finals, boy. He couldn't handle Iverson. He was scrappy, but that's the game Iverson stepped over him. So he's been scarred since.
Yep.
But he definitely got a passion.
Your mic messing up.
No, I was saying we have issues, but they're fixable. I don't think we can fix them.
Um,
Or here go another simple issue. Feed Zoo the ball more. Play Eubanks or Ben next to play them next to each other. That way, that limited double team. Or like I said, real simple. Give Zoo the ball more. You know, against we got mismatches. He's the biggest dude on the court. We shouldn't go small ball when we got the 7-foot dude out there with 6'10" people checking him. It makes no sense whatsoever. Little small things, little straightening.
Yeah, I mean, they are all small things, man, but it's the same small things that's been going on all season. I'm losing faith in the coaching staff, man. And BJ said something that was real too. I think Ty Lue puts James Harden over Kawhi, and it's not. And I don't think it's because he thinks James Harden is a better player than Kawhi. He just has been burned so many times. So many pivotal moments where he needed Kawhi to be there, Kawhi wasn't there. So many moments where he needed Paul George to be there, he wasn't there. So I think in his mind, not only is James Harden a guard, but at the same time, he feels that, he probably will be dependable and actually be there. And he can scheme and plan around him and actually depend on him being there during the playoffs where, you can't blame him for saying, Kawhi, I could do all this scheming and have the offense all set up to Kawhi. And then he goes down and he's not even there. And we end up having to run the James Harden offense anyway. So that from their perspective, I understand. But as a head coach, you can't afford to look at it like that. You got to plan with the player that you got right now available, especially when you see that what you're doing is not working. The offense that we're doing is not working. We've been sitting around that 23, 24, 25 spot all season long. So the James Harden offense by itself won't get it done. And here's the thing. I think the James Harden offense can be effective in small spurts, small 2-minute spurts. Minute here, minute there. But you can't run the whole 4 quarters during the James Harden offense. It's not going to work. And if I see that, you see that, JM, BJ see that, most of the people that come on this panel see this, most Clipper channels that I watch, everybody from Dime Dropper to Adam to Showtime, everybody all see the same flaws. We all see the same flaws. Why are the coaching staff that getting paid millions of dollars don't see what we see and why they don't make the adjustments?
Well, I think one of y'all said it, or BJ said it. Ty ego. He admit that he was wrong for 5 years. It ain't just like he been wrong this year. He had to admit that he was wrong since he got here, because he had never changed his style in 5 years. So I think, like BJ said, he's stubborn, and his ego. His ego's so bad, he keep blaming our defense when our defense been winning. He ain't never took a look at his offense yet.
Got number 22 defense in the, offense in there.
Yeah, he never mentioned offense. Never. Not once.
And it's crazy that you said that. It's crazy that you said that, JM, because you're not lying. When they ask him, he always want to point the finger. The defense could have been better. The defense could have been better. Dude, the defense can't really get too much better. You know what I mean? Like, we've been sitting number 2, number 3 the whole year. Like, that's great defense. You need to take a look at your offense. Your offense is the reason that we're not winning these games. The offense that you're running is the reason that we're not winning. And until he can accept that, JM, until he can look himself in the mirror or the higher ups put their foot down and make him play certain lineups, I'm not saying how we're gonna get the job done, because even if Kawhi goes crazy and had these great games and Powell go crazy and Zubac goes crazy, well, they're gonna get us maybe 1 or 2 games, maybe a series. But man, when we face the top 4 seeds, bro, that's not gonna be enough. 1 or 2 players having crazy scoring nights is not gonna be enough to beat a solid team. It's not gonna be enough.
I agree. And it come down to Ty, like I totally agree. Like we talked about on the last couple of shows ago.
I'm not trying to sound like doom and gloom. I promise I'm not. But I'm a realist. I can't ignore the facts when it's right here in front of me. I don't like nobody that much where I just ignore the facts. I rock with Kawhi. He my favorite player, but I'm not going to ignore what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. Like, I understand basketball, and I know what I'm saying. And right now, if we don't fix these holes quick, And I personally feel like it's too many holes to fix in 25 games. But if we don't even at least attempt to patch up some of these holes, bro, we going nowhere fast.
I totally agree with you. If we don't fix this, we might not even make the play-in. But it all boils down to on Team Ty Lue. It's not gonna be like no team gonna beat us. We gonna beat ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? We sabotage. So I agree. So you fix the head of the snake, we ought to have a
So
better chance.
y'all think Ty's doing this on purpose?
Bro,
you know how I think. I think he is.
I guess.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now you good, Jam. I mean, my thing is, I just like, what would be the reason? Like, I understood like that he probably would do some shit like this, like when they was trying to force him to play T-Man or trying to do shit that they didn't want him to do. But like right now, everything is set up in his favor. So like, what would be the reason for him to do these bonehead plays and shit that he's doing? Like, maybe it's something deeper that I don't know, but I just don't see the reason why he would. And if he is, that they presents a bigger problem, because I don't like people like that. I don't like people that sabotage whole teams because they're not getting their way. Like, you know what I mean? You got no one singular person or player is bigger than the whole team or the whole franchise. So like, if he is purposely throwing these games or purposely making these boneheaded ass lineups, then that tells me more about who he is as a person. And I don't rock with people like that.
Only way I could say that, I think that, well, it's either two options. I'm gonna just say this real quick. It's either he truly do not know how to coach, right? Like I suspect, that's half of me saying he really just not a coach. He never was. He won flukily with Kyrie and LeBron, and he ran that fame for 20 whatever long years. It's either he really cannot coach or he really can coach, and there's something up with him in Clutch Sports. Like I've been noticing, like whenever Lakers lose, we lose, like right on spot, and it's almost like how I say it got to be on purpose, because I don't think he's truly that bad of a coach. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he does know how to coach, but a lot of his plays it's more than bad coaching. It's like literally sabotage, i.e. Harden in the game for 39 minutes when you know this man been turnover after turnover, but he would yank anybody but keep Harden in, and you clearly see like stuff like that. Or you run in a small lineup when they got their big people still in, or it's just small things. So it's either he really can't coach for real, or he can, and that Clutch Sports got him.
I'll tell you the worst thing I seen with Ty Lue coaching. It was against Phoenix. He ran the all 5-guard lineup. I was like, man, what is this? It was like 2 years ago, I think. I was just like, oh yeah. Ty Lue, he done. That man said, forget it. He said he's going to
I think JM. No, I just think his IQ is low. I go back to my same. I go back to what I say all the time, man. I stick to the basics, man. I don't make stuff too difficult. I just say when your team IQ is low, that means your coach has a low IQ. That's all that means. Anytime your team start doing dumb stuff and they go to a different team and they don't do the same retarded turnovers and plays, and everybody seems, you notice in the last 5 years since Ty Lue's been around, everybody come to our team and their IQ just go out the window. For whatever reason, they just forget how to play. Like, they just, forget how to run sets. They forget how to, take care of the ball. They forget to take better quality shots. Same guy still in the position, but you just, for whatever reason, just can't seem to get to them. And I just think, again, his IQ is low. I think he values the wrong things in basketball. When he faces a coach where he has to really coach against, then that's when he'll get exposed. And that's why I go back to the main point. I think if he sits James Harden down, that's going to really expose his holes, man. Because Ty Lue has a very good niche with the media, as if he's the all-world top 3 coach or our top 5 coach. So if you sit Harden down, that's going to do one or two things. That's going to expose your offense, because again, you're 22nd in the league offensively. So that's telling you that the offense that you have implemented, you and Harden, has not been good. But yet it gets overshadowed because of the defense, which is top 2 in the league. That's the real truth. The team's defense has overshadowed our offense. How we have a top defense like that and we still struggling so much offensively? We should be a top seed, a top 4 seed with that defense. Houston, OKC, they're top seeds in the West with top defenses. Yeah, we flirting. Really, honestly, we've been flirting around the play-in the whole year, more times than not. Both your mic messing up, both.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, but that's what I think. I just think because it's like JM keeps saying, it's small mistakes, but it don't matter how small they are if you keep pulling out L's. Once that buzzer ring, once that record, if we lost that game, the records it don't matter how much we lost by. So that's showing you it's a glaring issue with us closing games and us keeping leads, things of that nature. And you playing this man 39 minutes, bro. Like, yeah, man, that's a you thing.
But they are glaring holes, but it's like just few better decision making. Like, it's not like we need new players or nothing like that. I'm just trying to keep hope alive, man. I still see we just fix a few bugs, man. We right there with anybody else in the mix, because the West still wide open. It ain't like there's no Warriors, ain't no more dynasties. We like a good 5-game winning streak away from second place. Other teams, they eating each other alive. So Lakers just beat Denver. So clearly anybody could be beat. You know, that's the only way I say that. We make it there. We work things out, man. We could go to the Western Conference Finals, even with our roster.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to say before we close the chat up?
Oh, now go Clippers, and next time you see me, I have my proud membership badge.
Oh yeah, for sure. I appreciate you, JM. Bo, you still need trouble getting your badge?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know where to find it. Is it on YouTube? Because I done looked. I ain't found it.
Here, I'll do this. Send me your email. Put your email in the chat box.
All right, hold on, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. So that way I can get you set up.
Who we play next? Chicago?
Yeah, we play the Bulls next.
When is that? We supposed to win that game. We gotta win that game. Because we gotta get some stuff rolling.
Play them tomorrow. I'll be calling that game on playback.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be at work, but I'll try to tune in.
It's all good. So yeah.
All right, I just sent it.
All right, bet, but I got you. I'm gonna send it in about 30 minutes.
All right.
All right, appreciate you. But all right, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, man, a lot of passionate people on the panel today. Like I said, we have some things we have to fix, but guess what? There are things that are just so in your face right there. Like, these are not glaring issues. These are not problems that are big. They're minor issues. But the problem is, I'm gonna tell y'all, is if the coaching ain't on point, because that's what the playoffs are about, is coaching and adjustments, we're gonna be finding ourselves in holes we don't need to be in. I see a look through the West. I see a lot of teams that are hungry. I see some teams that are young, and I see coaches that are better. Ime Udoka, Mike Denhall, Taylor Jenkins, Jason Kidd. I'll say even I won't say JJ Redick. I won't say Chris Finch. I won't say You know, none of those players or none of those coaches. But just basically a lot of the nonsense. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. We're gonna go ahead and drop this. But until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.